Sourkidsproductions.
What's going on, folks? Welcome into another edition of the Final Drive here at Sour Kids Productions. It is Alec, Javante, DeAndre, Kenneth on the computer. As always, folks, we have a lot to discuss today. First of all, I'll give a quick shout out to Sour Kids and Kenneth. They have locked up some sponsors and business advertising type deals. Kudos to the head man Kenneth for getting that done. We're growing. Love to see it for everybody. And yes, so guys, before we get into all this Deshaun Watson stuff once again, because it is a recurring theme on our show. How we doing?
Doing good. Glad to be back. We haven't been here, 2 weeks now? Crazy.
No, a week.
Yeah, about one week.
Yeah, me and Makai did it last week. Yeah.
How did that go, by the way?
Smooth.
Nice.
We trashed Warner Brothers.
Oh man, I missed it. Damn it.
We trashed Warner Brothers.
Yeah, we can still discuss it today. But yeah. Hey, glad to be back. Glad to have some NFL games under our belt.
Preseason, baby.
Preseason, man. It's all going up from here.
Facts. Javante?
No, I agree. Y'all made some good points. Not a DC thing, but he made some good points about the whole, sports are back. NBA schedules got released. I'm excited about that. Football's coming around the corner. College football's around the corner. So it's a good time. Sports is coming back. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Agreed. Also, DeAndre, I'll have you know, in my Canal Street Chronicles Fantasy Football League, I named my fantasy team to Infinity and Beyond.
Nice. Love it.
I thought of you. Because I was watching Toy Story when they sent me the link, and I was like, you know what? To Infinity and Beyond. It worked.
I might have to do that in another one of my leads.
I thought of that for you.
I did it for our lead. I put just the two of us.
What is my? Mine's. It's a long story for that name. But yeah. So Deshaun Watson, obviously, a couple weeks ago, it was announced he was going to be out for 6 games. The NFL appealed. The NFL wanted the 1-year suspension at the minimum. Turns out today they announced it's going to be an 11-game suspension and a $500 million fine, or $5 million. Good Lord, excuse me, $5 million fine for Watson. So he will be able to return in November against, who do you guys think they're playing?
The Houston Texans. Of course.
Yeah, the NFL knew what they were doing. And apparently this came to a thing where Watson reached out to the NFL, and I guess they came to an agreement. They kind of met in the middle. I think the NFL wanted a year. Watson didn't want to sit out this year. I mean, he gets the bag. I think that's the big reason. Mm-hmm. So they came to, a mutual agreement. 11 games, and the fine will go towards, I believe,
It's going to like charity. It's going to charity.
Yes, the NFL plans to use the full fine money to invest in an organization that prevents sexual misconduct and sexual assault.
And the Browns owners actually put in $1 million to another organization for sexual misconduct and stuff like that, like teachers and stuff.
So that happened. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the 11-game suspension, especially when you consider he was already at 6.
Right.
And this was for 7 and beyond, but it happened. I mean, am I shocked? A little bit, because I thought the NFL was going to go and lay down the hammer and get the year, but they came to an agreement, I guess. And coincidentally, his first game back will be at NRG Stadium against the Texans, so I imagine that maybe had something to do with it. I don't know.
Well, I didn't think the NFL was going to suspend him for the year because, the NFL is about money, selling tickets. Deshaun Watson, despite what he's done off the field or whatnot, he's a special talent in that regard. So I think, having him play at least some games this season, the NFL was going to allow that.
And to get back in November might get you in a playoff run.
Yeah. And I personally, I thought 8 would have been kind of like my standard, like my middle ground where I would have met. 11, that's cool too. I mean, you got 6 games left. Now the question becomes, do the Browns put themselves in that Jimmy Garoppolo trade discussion, on those trade fronts? Mm-hmm. Or do they ride it out with Jacoby Brissett as a starter for 11 games, which Jacoby, it's a tale of two
Jacoby's.
yeah, two Jacobys. You know, we had Indianapolis Jacoby, where the Colts were 9-7 that year, pretty good numbers, solid game manager, and then Miami, where he just looked terrible. But I do think the supporting cast were different in Indianapolis versus Miami versus what with the offensive line, and what they had in the running game and whatnot. So I think Cleveland, he'll have some help as well. But I don't know if Cleveland will be able to dig themselves out of that hole, because I like Jacoby might win them maybe 4 or 5 games, but then you're telling Cleveland to basically win out when Deshaun comes back,
Right.
which I think it's a hard thing to do.
Especially when you consider how stacked the AFC probably will be come to that time.
Like 10 wins, I think in the AFC get you a wild card. Like you have to have 10 wins.
Yeah. And I mean, and Stefanski already came out and said that Watson is not playing in the preseason anymore. He'll practice with the team until August 30th, and then from then he'll be out. And then he also has to get checked, and he has to meet certain guidelines and codes, and before he is reinstated to go back to the team. So
wow,
it's happened. It's officially over. 11 games. What are your thoughts, Javante?
Well, I'm gonna be very brutally honest. I thought 6 games was enough. That's me though. I just cool with 6 games. I guess 11. It's like a middle ground, so nobody's ever happy coming out of a deal like this. When you do a deal with somebody, you're never both happy. You always have to sacrifice somewhere. I'm glad that's over though. Glad the fans get to get back to football, and that Deshaun Watson gets to focus on the next part of his life, and the team can move on, know what's gonna happen. I feel like I knew the year-long split. I think year-long would have been just too hard to sell for the NFLPA. I think it's just because my thing with 6 games worked for me, because I looked at it like this man claimed his innocence. He's found innocent in 2 courts of law. Last time I checked, the law is the one. The NFL ain't the law. Now I get it's their brand; they have a choice to do things. But I think the 6 games was.
I mean, shit. We found OJ innocent, but we all know that.
OJ Simpson,
but we all know he did it.
Hey, they found Zeke innocent.
The man was found innocent though. You can't punish somebody based off their innocence. So
That's
what I'm
true.
saying is, my point is with Deshaun Watson, the man claimed his innocence the whole time. He was found innocent in 2 courts of law. How can you punish somebody?
But my thing is, if you're found innocent, wouldn't you be fighting so hard to make sure, like, hey, like, I didn't do shit. Why should I have, like, the fact that he has to, donate, the fact that he's taking a 11-game suspension now, like, if
That's
I was
because he had no choice. The NFL
wouldn't I be fighting that shit extra hard?
He had a 6 game. He was cool to 6 game. Everyone was cool to 6 game. They said no, nobody's happy. In which the public eye.
But if I'm innocent, wouldn't I be fighting for no games?
No, because you probably wouldn't get some games. Because of course the NFL said you made the Shield look bad, which I understand. You made the Shield look bad. I get some game suspension, but a year, I was never with the year because I said a year just don't feel right. For a guy who's innocent, it don't make no sense. And for a guy who beat his case in law, where there's no visual proof, no videos or anything like that, the man should be getting spit for no year-long suspension.
His agent gave some proof.
No, but what I'm saying,
and also when the judge who reviewed the first cases initially with the 6-game suspension, she came out and said there was some sexual inappropriate conduct that occurred,
which is why 6 games worked with me. I thought 6 games was
but
perfectly fine.
it was I forget the legal term for it, but it was just non-criminal,
like they didn't,
or non-violent sexual conduct that did happen. And who knows what that means exactly, but
yeah.
And I'm just looking at him like, bro, like, it sucks that 11 games, but hey, at least he gets to play football again. I think the Browns they'll figure it out. Kobe said, I think he'll be fine. Nick Chubb and those guys. But what about to say? I had one more point I was gonna make. Then you threw me off when you started talking. I was gonna say, goddamn. I watched his interview. I watched his interview. I watched it live. I watched the interview. I watched the Browns owner speak about it. I watched the GM. And then Deshaun Watson, even when they asked about the fans like that, he said, hey, they have their opinion. They have to feel. I think he's gonna be just happy to be over with. I think the Houston game is gonna be kind of crazy, but hey, I'm happy for everybody in the parties, man. I'm sure some of it's party true because there's smoke, there's fire, but also the man innocent in court of law. And that's how it goes, right? That's how it's supposed to go, innocent until proven guilty. And I'm sure, like I said before months ago, I said, you're not going to make nobody happy with this ruling. If you said 6 games, nobody's going to be happy. If you said 11 games, nobody's going to be happy. If you said a year, nobody's going to be happy. You just had to go with what you thought was best. I guess they thought was best, so let's rock it.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's kind of good that all sides are just agree. Like, Deshaun's not fighting back on it.
Man's supposed to play football, bro.
Yeah,
man, imagine missing football for 2 years.
the league will take more than half the season and then a fine. But regardless, I think Watson's going to face that Michael Vick type crowd presence, whether it's home or away. They're going to be.
That's a sad part.
Considering,
Yeah.
that tease what we saw in Jacksonville. That
Yeah,
was
I don't even deserve. I mean, nobody look at Big Ben. Big Ben was able to go through his career. Nobody looked at Big Ben sideways. I think he'll be fine once he comes back and he starts playing football. Y'all talking about Big Ben. But as far as the public,
if Makai were here,
the main public eye though, I told like the main public eye. Nobody looks at Big. They look at Big Ben, Hall of Famer, great player. Nobody even someone.
I do think that year that he came off that because he started out that 6-game suspension
and he had some. He did something way worse than what Deshaun Watson was accused of.
Oh, but in the
Brett Favre, we're talking Brett Favre like that when Brett Favre had his section.
But to your point, when Big Ben settled, with the first woman, it was a 6-game suspension. So you're saying one settlement equals 6 games. Well, Deshaun had 20.
But what was the charge that
they were
was
different?
Facing, though? He was facing a rape charge.
They were different.
Way different thing than what Deshaun Watson was going through. Because it ain't no rape charge, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's,
but I mean, to your point, there were no camera. We're never gonna know.
Yeah, exactly.
We're never gonna know at the end of the day what happened in those rooms.
And also to add that, I think if he plays good football, I think he'll be fine. Same thing like Michael Vick. Michael Vick started when Michael Vick was playing well, got paid. Nobody cared. It was all good. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Kobe Bryant went through a rape trial. Kobe Bryant's nobody talks about that no more. It hasn't been talked about in years.
Well, actually, when Kobe died, that one person,
she
tried to bring it up.
And what happened? They ripped her up, said, "Girl, what's wrong with you? I want to talk about that crap."
Not today.
So my point is, I think if he plays good football, especially in Cleveland, where they have a great fan base, great crowd who want to support him. If he's playing great football, I think all this blows over.
It's Cleveland against us, right? That's what
pretty much.
That's what everyone's saying up in
Cleveland.
Come to Jersey, bro.
Cleveland is one of the most diehard football fan bases in the world, and once they start, if Deshaun Watson is helping them win, they're right.
Well, even like the main fans though.
Jimmy Haslam even said that, or it was Andrew Barry, the GM, said that if we were offered this trade again, we'd do it.
Yeah. 26-year-old quarterback. I mean, and also to add on DeAndre's point, I think even with the league, like as far as fans around the league, if Deshaun Watson's balling, people gonna still draft him in fantasy. People still gonna buy jerseys. People gonna still want to watch him. I mean, it's just about the best thing you could do when you go through a situation like this is ball out when you get back. And don't get caught in no more media scrutiny. Yeah. Just play ball and go on.
And that's a fair assumption because you look at even when the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes were happening, all these teams now, like let's say the Atlanta fan base could be calling Deshaun Watson and calling him out on his bullshit and calling him
everybody wanted him,
like saying all the states, but they wanted him. New Orleans fans could be saying all shit about Deshaun Watson, but
it was from what I'd seen, it was pretty split between Saints fans about whether they wanted him or not.
But either way, if any of those teams got him, they would have accepted him.
And if you took y'all Super Bowl, hey, it's all good. Water under the bridge.
So it's like one of those things.
But even like the suspension thing, one more thing before we move on. I know we gotta move on. If you get a year-long suspension, I think that opens Pandora's box also because now you got the Alvin Kamara situation and also future situations. What would the punishment be? Like I told DeAndre, I said,
look, I don't think Kamara's going to get suspended this year.
And that's kind of that's what I'm saying. That's hypocrisy. That's fine because that man had an assault charge and on camera.
Well, that's more to do with the courts or they're pushing back his hearing.
But the league should be like, hey, we don't support this either. That looks bad on the Shield. That's what I mean? That's like I'm saying the hypocrisy right there.
But the way the NFL handles those kinds of things, they wait till after the legal court does its thing. Mm-hmm. Then they jump in and investigate and make a determination.
And that's my problem.
And that's not going to happen until after the legal proceedings are done.
But that's also the problem with the NFL. They jumping in like they the police, like they the law. And it's like if you're watching what the courts proceedings going to do, then that should be enough to give you we don't have to do another investigation of what we think is going to happen.
Well, what about Zeke? Zeke was innocent in 2017, and the NFL jumped in and kept hounding him every week to get him suspended.
I told Johnny, I said, Johnny, what if that was Tua Tagovailoa got caught in a situation, a girl pressed charges against him, says he did some stuff. What's his punishment should be? Because just off the rip,
Tua is a sweet
that should be
boy. He would do nothing.
That should at least be a 10-game suspension, I think. Right?
Think about Ray Rice. Remember, before that video came out to the public, where everyone could see it, Ray Rice got slapped with 2 games.
Yeah.
For what he did. It was a 2-game suspension, and that was it. Yeah. But then the moment TMZ had dropped that video for everyone to see, and we saw what he did, the NFL then said, "Oh,
of course,
you got that video too."
But I think that's the difference.
But that's the thing is is the NFL really making these rulings based off of what they think is right, or is it more public perception?
Yeah, that's public perception is what it is.
It's public appeal, bro. And another player, Kareem Hunt bounced back. Tyreek Hill bounced back. They both bounced back. Joe Mixon. All those players we don't talk about that they've been through. Joe Mixon got
Well,
those on camera.
To be technical, that happened in college,
But
right?
it's still assault
Yeah.
on camera that made him. Nobody talks about that no more. Kareem Hunt. Nobody talks about Tyreek
No,
Hill.
she might have had what was coming from what she apparently called Kareem Hunt in that video.
Yeah.
But even Tyreek Hill, like his situation,
Hill,
you
yeah.
don't talk about that no more.
Yeah.
I think if you play well, people forget, bro. We're all sports fans,
I mean, and I think that's the reason why the Browns went all in on Deshaun Watson was because they thought, hey, if we can win, people won't care. They'll forget.
It's a
Yeah.
26-year-old quarterback, bro. He's gonna be here for a while.
For a team that has, I've seen pictures of jerseys with 26 names stitched on or taped on, you know.
And we
I think
thought,
they
and,
could-
we, and we
could-
thought Baker was the one to end that,
Exactly.
and then
Yeah.
they quickly said, you know what, we have this opportunity to get Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
We're gonna push
Shit.
you to the side and
Ray
get.
Lewis. I
Yeah.
never heard talk bad about Ray Lewis no more. Ray Lewis is beloved. Yeah, Ray Lewis been caught up in some situations.
Ray Lewis killed the guy.
He's a changed man.
Yeah.
But Ray Lewis was loved in Baltimore. Ray Lewis, one of the greats. We'll never hold that man though.
No, well, my
Brett Favre.
my dad doesn't like Ray Lewis
Brett
for that
Favre-
reason or just because he
for that reason.
Oh, really?
He calls him the murderer every time. Whenever he watches, he calls him the murderer all the time.
Brett Favre.
Hey, wait, I know about Brett Favre is a trash
And
person.
that was even more fucked because his situation, his wife was going through some shit.
He sent that wee pic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his wife was going through shit.
And
She
he's
was going through cancer.
and he's probably not a nice person.
And nobody's ever said anything about Brett Favre. He got the Wrangler suit
I
going on.
I will slander Brett
Yeah,
Favre
you
all
will.
day.
But the public eye has Brett Favre goated. Brett Favre Hall of Fame, Wrangler commercials and
I
stuff.
actually like Brett Favre.
Exactly.
DeAndre.
That's my point.
He's one of
We
my
pick and
favorites.
choose which athletes, but then eventually everything blows under the water, goes under the water. Not trying to say what he did was wrong if he did do it. Shout out to those women. I'm just saying everything goes under the water eventually. Miles Bridges in the NBA. He gonna get
Oh,
paid.
I forgot about that.
We are going to the water. They release his rights. Cause they know if they release the rights, somebody go pick him up. So go on the water, just let it settle, everything settle back down.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's why with Warner Brothers. Ezra Miller can't let things settle down.
Well,
we
actually,
keep
he's,
going back
he's,
on
he's
hill.
getting help now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that later.
We'll-
but-
That'll be for Dre and Jay talk.
Mhm.
And other NFL news: Tom Brady and the Bucks. We know he took the little break. Todd Bowles initially said that he's going to come back August 20th for the team's third preseason game against the Titans. Now Bowles came out this morning and said that there is no set timetable for Tom Brady to return. And from what we know, when Brady came back and talked to Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles, this was the agreement made before camp that he was going to have some time away. So Tom Brady ain't there. So I mean, until we have a reason to panic, and well, you can panic. I'm okay with this. But Tom Brady's away, so we'll just see what happens with
Yeah,
that.
20 years in the league, man. Tom Brady has that kind of right. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Anybody-
shit, when's the last time I've seen Tom Brady play preseason? Like,
Yeah.
does it really matter?
maybe he just wanted to spend a little more time with his kids.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey guys, I know I retired and then unretired real quick. Let's take a little trip and
yeah, and then go back to football.
water under the bridge.
Exactly.
I'll see you back in February or January,
I'm with it.
preferably December.
Yep.
I want that man not to make the postseason. Tired of him. And Aaron Rodgers. Apparently this week they're playing the Saints Friday night in their preseason game. They've been having joint practices all week. Packers receivers obviously losing Devontae Adams. It's headlined by Alan Lazard. Sammy Watkins. They have Randall Cobb still. Amari Rodgers.
Then the rookies, Romeo Dobbs and Christian Watson.
Yep. So it's a young, maybe not talent depleted room, but obviously when you lose a guy like Devontae Adams, that talent that's leaving will not equal up to the talent that's still there, right? So he had a little meeting with the receivers after practice, and Randall Cobb to the media today basically told the guys they got to step the F up and they got to know what they're doing. Because, I mean, obviously when you think of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, receivers that he's had, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, James Jones, Randall Cobb, Devontae. It's been historically a very talented group of receivers he's had. So there's a standard, right?
Right.
So Julio Jones goes to join Tampa. Not really a whole lot on the wide receiver market. Aaron Rodgers, we really don't know. Is he here for the long haul for the Packers? After what happened with Devontae, is he really going to stick around long term?
Mhm.
What are we thinking about the Packers this year? Because I for one, I'm kind of just thinking they're lucky they play in the NFC North.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that division is just weak, so they'll be fine. But I think, of course, this is what you expect. I mean, Sammy Watkins is a solid receiver. Randall Cobb's solid. These guys are solid pros. The thing is, though, you lose a guy who's best receiver in the league, possibly. You can name, but possibly Tyreek Hill, possibly either, or top 2 receiver in the league. It's like, of course, you're going to see a big drop off. You're going to see a difference because now you don't have a guy. Devontae Adams is always seen as like very professional. Like he really takes his craft serious. He puts his work in. So a guy like that's going to work hard. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. You missed that, of course, in the locker room. But I mean, it's kind of his fault too, though. You kept on flirting around with if you coming back or not, and Devontae Adams had to make a decision based off what's best for his life and what he want to do. So you kind of put your own self in that situation.
Well, also, I think Aaron Rodgers, the reason why he's probably upset is because he's the one that, gave the go on trading Devontae Adams. So he's probably looking at that like, why the fuck did I say that? Why the fuck did I make this move? Why did I tell them to trade Devontae's ass? And I'm stuck with y'all now,
Yeah.
But I mean,
Did you enjoy the choice though?
No, he really didn't. He really
What are you gonna do?
He had no choice.
You had no choice but to say yes.
I mean, because if you paid him, you wouldn't have got your damn bread. So.
And Devontae Adams probably wouldn't. I don't know if he would resign. He probably say, "Yeah, I'm not gonna."
Well, also,
I think Devontae was open to resigning though.
Well,
I think he would.
To Javonte's point, if I'm Devontae Adams and as much of a saga as it was the last couple of years, where Aaron was like, I don't know if I'm gonna come back. And the front office really hasn't done me any favors lately. You drafted Jordan Love. I don't know. I don't want to come back.
And if I'm
And if you're Devontae, it's like I gotta get my bag. I want to win, and I want to play with a consistent quarterback. And if you can't give me that, I'm gonna go find it elsewhere.
I want stability. I think also like that's another thing. Stability is a big thing that we forget. Like the Packers have been not stable when it comes to the Aaron Rodgers saga, GM, all that front office stuff. That's not stable. Like one day it's this, one day it's that. That was a whole thing for last year. And I think that eventually you're like, bro, I just want some consistency where I know what's gonna be. I know I got my guy from college. I know what this team's looking like. New city.
And also, you just gotta think.
And he grew up a Raiders fan.
If you're the Packers, I mean, what really have you done offensively to help out this team the last couple of years? I mean.
That's been the problem the whole last couple of years, though.
I mean, most of their picks have been on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
Their one offensive pick was on Jordan Love. I mean, you bring in an aging Sammy Watkins, and you're basically forced to trade for an aging Randall Cobb last year because Aaron Rodgers wants Randall Cobb back.
You had A.J. Dillon when you already had Aaron Jones.
Exactly, and you drafted Amari Rodgers, and I think at that point, all of us in the draft, I think people were kind of questioning that pick.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if Amari Rodgers can be that guy.
That's fair. I mean, I think the whole point of Aaron Rodgers calling this meeting and calling out his receivers, he just wants the best for him. He wants to push those guys. I mean, we've seen it with many athletes across the sport who, when they take that mentorship role,
Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill doesn't. Let's go ahead and take that now.
He doesn't have the right.
I'm trying to think because I know there were a couple in basketball that did the same. Like they would just push them. Kareem and Magic. Like that's one. And just many others.
Romo and Dez.
Romo and Dez, like you just want the best for him. And I think something that Rodgers was addressing when he was meeting those receivers, and it wasn't just Rodgers. It was all the Packers quarterbacks, the offensive staff, some of the receivers coach, quarterbacks coach, everything.
Yeah.
They were just taking a look at the film. I heard that the Packers receivers were struggling with drops in camp, running the wrong routes. So Aaron Rodgers, I mean, hey, for him to be in year 16, 17, like he doesn't want to deal with this when the season starts. So he's addressing this now.
Go ahead.
He wants those receivers, and that's what every quarterback kind of wants. They want their receivers to think the same as they do. Sorry. So I just think it's one of those things where he just wants to build more of a rapport and chemistry.
And also, you got to think if you're Aaron, if you're in this year 16, 17, for one team, I can think of quarterbacks that played that long for one team to where it's just a constant headache every year. Like I think Tom Brady got done right by Tampa. Maybe in New England towards the end it got a little rocky between him and Belichick, but they were still winning at the end of the day.
Right.
Peyton Manning in Denver, the Broncos did him right. They got him the right team around, to try and win that Super Bowl. Big Ben, say what you want. The Steelers and Tomlin's never had a losing season. They constantly got weapons for Big Ben through the draft and free agency to try and make that offense work, despite his arm. Breeze and the Saints, same thing. And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're probably thinking, talent-wise, I'm better than half these guys. And it's just like he's just lost Devontae, and this is the best that the Packers could do for him right now.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I think he just feels wronged by the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, he could. I mean, they could say it could be both ways. That's
But
a
it could be.
two-way
It could
street.
easily be both.
It's a two-way
ways.
street. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think also I look at the Chiefs, how the Chiefs were able to do their deal. I think they got rid of Tyreek Hill. We all were like, oh man, we lost Tyreek Hill, but they were able to find pieces that fit what they want to do, pieces that are veterans but still got some left in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Packers could did probably a little bit better job. I don't know why. Like I was talking about right now, I was thinking like, if I'm the Packers, why didn't I call about Amari Cooper?
Yep.
I mean, you only get a 5th round pick for. I mean, I couldn't call for Amari Cooper. That's a guy who's veteran, great route runner, kind of like Devontae Adams. You know, gonna catch the balls. I know what I'm gonna get from him. Give me a true number 1 receiver.
But he had such a high number on his cap.
On his cap.
Contract, on cap.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they should have definitely tried to get a true number 1. Because the problem now is you have a bunch of guys who are good, but you don't have no one. And like
You're gonna big on the talent of Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, and hopefully you can run the ball. I mean, you got the running game, so you got 2 great running backs. AJ Dillon, you got Aaron Jones.
But I mean, the way that you drafted, I would think one of those guys has to step up. I think Alan Lazard, hopefully he's the guy that steps up, or Christian Watson, one of Romeo Dubs.
It's different when you getting that one coverage from no Devontae Adams on the other side. You get true
Yeah.
coverage now.
But I mean, even when you look at Aaron Rodgers, when he won his championship, Greg Jennings, great receiver, 2nd round pick. Donald Driver, great receiver, 6th round pick. So those were
Jordy was a late round pick.
Jordy Nelson, late round pick. You know, so I think I'm not gonna say those receivers could be those guys, but I think Aaron Rodgers will try to do the best he can to
for sure.
to try
Yeah.
to get those guys to replicate the success of those previous guys.
They'll be in the playoffs because the division's so weak, but I definitely don't see them making no real run. I remember we saying that after draft night. We were like, I don't see them making.
No,
no
they'll
real
get
run this year.
bounced in the first round.
I think they'll get bounced. And
I mean,
if y'all
hey,
talking about Detroit
yeah.
the way y'all talking about Detroit,
Well, Lions coming for that title.
I don't know. I mean,
Make no
and
mistake.
honestly, I'm not going to do that because Minnesota. I think Minnesota has a legit chance to win a Division 2 still. I give Minnesota. I like the defensive line.
I mean, I guess if I had to if I had to give the Lions in a shot, anybody but the Bears.
Yeah, not the Bears.
It won't be the
but-
Bears.
I mean,
'Cause-
I think Minnesota could give the Green Bay Packers a run for their money. We gotta sit this offense.
I mean, they split with them last year,
The
didn't
one,
they?
the one thing that I
think
just,
so.
The one thing I just have going against the Vikings right now is the secondary. The secondary is very
It's
questionable.
it's
their
been
pass rush, we got
depleted.
Darius Smith, right?
Yeah, as a Darius Smith and Daniil Hunter, I think that's going to be a great pass rushing duo. But
And if Dalvin Cook could stay healthy, Kirk Cousins come back better. You know, Kirk Cousins could be Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson gets a little better.
can Kirk Cousins step up, especially in the prime time?
If they don't play the Packers in prime time, though,
oh yeah, then you might.
all
have a
bets are
chance.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Vikings by 7.
Let me ask y'all a quick question, and we can do what y'all want to do. How much drama do you think we're here for the Packers this year, especially if they start off kind of slow?
Oh,
You guys see them
if they
start off slow?
start off slow, then
What's that schedule? I didn't look at the schedule. Can you pull up the schedule?
Man, did you see Aaron Rodgers? He showed up to camp like Nicholas
Nick
Cage.
Cage,
bro.
man. He chilling. Long hair, don't care. He fine.
he ready for
New
it, man.
tattoos and everything.
if the Packers come out struggling, you'll hear it from Aaron Rodgers. You will hear it from him.
Can you rely on the run game? You think? Okay.
Could you imagine the Packers coming out struggling and the Lions coming out 2 or 3?
They got Minnesota.
Yes. I'm here for that.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh.
So that could be 1-1 right there, possibly 2-0. Tampa, Fire Laws, New England. Their schedule's pretty weak at the beginning, honestly. They should be able to get off to a hot start.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a pretty weak
As I
schedule,
said,
sorry.
Packers, bro, they'll be a team like I don't think nobody's gonna
Buffalo
question.
gonna be tough, but
Nobody's gonna question the Packers in the regular season. The problem is, can they
Postseason.
actually do something in the postseason?
well, they couldn't do nothing in the postseason last year. They couldn't score no points. They had Devontae Adams. You tell me they're gonna do something this year with no receiver, with no Devontae Adams?
but maybe that makes Aaron Rodgers.
Oh well,
better.
hey,
Maybe
just
not
look
having
at the
that-
second. Hey, go back up, Kenneth. Look at the second half of the schedule. So keep going, Kenneth. So you have Buffalo, Detroit, Dallas, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Chicago, a bye week 14, the Rams, the
Miami.
Dolphins, the Vikings, and the Lions.
That's a tough way to finish out.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule. The Lions probably gonna be playing. I think the Lions will play some good. If they're not playing well early in the season, they'll play good football towards the end of the year just to get the hype up.
Hey, I'm telling you, Lions are gonna make the playoffs.
I've been watching
I'm
Hard
not
Knocks.
gonna say that. But
I was
I'm
watching
telling
Hard
you.
Knocks. I watch Hard Knocks. But yeah, I agree. I think the schedule's got some. They got early on. They can get to a hot start. I think it'll be fine, but they got some tough games across.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. It's
I'm never an Aaron Rodgers guy like that. I don't know. I'm weird. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. Like that.
You've always never been. I don't know.
nah, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy.
I feel like there's more guys like. I mean, when he first came out, I guess like he was special because he was different. But I think there's so many guys that are like him now. Like Justin Herbert reminds me of like an Aaron Rodgers type of player. I feel like there's more quarterbacks that have that kind of like beautiful throwing on the beautiful throws. There's more quarterbacks that can do that nowadays.
That's
that we
true.
see.
I
That's
still
true.
think he has some of the best, footwork in the
Yeah.
pocket, running out of the pocket.
I've never been a Rodgers guy. I think for me, it's because people it's Brady and Manning, right? Like as far as the 2010s go, and then it's Breeze and Rodgers in that group, and I'm just like,
I see how to stick your better than did you?
nah, Drew's better than Aaron Rodgers.
Is Drew better than Philip Rivers?
What?
Hey, hold on. You said 2000s or 20? You said 2000s?
2010s.
Okay, I'm about to say 2000. Hey, don't disrespect McNabb. Like I'm tired of McNabb getting disrespected, bro.
But you said Drew is better than Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Ooh.
Aaron may be more talented, but Drew's a better quarterback.
So he's more talented, but Drew's a better quarterback.
Drew ain't better than Mike Vick, is he?
Elaborate on that for me.
As far as so arm talent, yes, Aaron Rodgers has Breeze beat in that category by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Durability, leadership, accuracy, football IQ, ability to take control of an offense. Give me Breeze over Rodgers any day of the week.
There's some homer there.
Yeah.
There gotta be some homer there.
He is.
Durability, Rodgers has the edge. I think Drew Brees missed more games than Aaron Rodgers has, so let's stay.
Because he got old.
Anyway.
Before that. Before that.
Because he got old. He can't
Before 2019?
What about the shoulder injury in San Diego?
Well, that's kind of Aaron had the same. He's been injured.
He had to sit the first couple. How about you thinking about it?
He's been injured. Okay, fine. You don't give durability to Rodgers.
A lot of you cool with saying it's a little homer.
Clutch. Come on, bro. Aaron Rodgers makes several clutch plays over Drew.
I'm sorry, DeAndre. What is his playoff record again?
Who's?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's
When you go and lead a game-winning drive against the Chicago Bears and Jay Cutler,
and hold on,
cool.
Saints have some losses where you're like they should have won those games.
Come on,
Viking
man.
games.
I'm gonna tell you this
in
about
New Orleans?
okay. I'm gonna tell you about those games. The wacky playoff losses were not on Drew Brees. That was on the defense. Every Packer loss in the playoffs, I can look at the offense and go, Aaron Rodgers didn't do enough.
Hold on.
Can you or can you not?
That's true.
That's fair.
Minneapolis Miracle was not.
The Bucks playoff game. You can say the offense didn't do enough.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, you name one game.
Hey, that's big. Hey, that's a big moment, bro. Playoff games, big moments.
I'm sorry, the Packers scored that
Hold on.
first drive.
We're not talking about Tom. We're talking about. Are we talking about just Town as a quarterback, or are we talking about like
Overall.
winning everything overall?
Overall.
Okay,
I'm about to say, what about Matthew Stafford?
I'm saying this right. If there was a 2-minute drive and I need a touchdown to win, I'm going for Rodgers, bro.
I'm going with Drew Brees.
I'll take Matthew Stafford over Drew Brees.
You take Matthew
They
Stafford.
both got one ring.
Matthew Stafford just now became close.
No, Matthew Stafford always been.
Hey,
He's in Detroit,
Stafford was clutch in Detroit.
He was just on a bad team, bro. But
Stafford
Loki,
and Romo, if you look at the numbers,
Oh, no.
the most clutch quarterbacks in the 2010s.
take us a break. Romo.
Look at the numbers.
Yeah, numbers do lie sometimes.
Game-winning drives.
Numbers lie sometimes.
Game-winning drives.
Hey,
Romo was
numbers
among the
lie.
best.
Numbers lie sometimes.
The
I'm
Cowboys
not
are just
saying wrong.
dookie.
I'm saying numbers do lie.
Even Kenneth checking it. 'cause
You
he
said
don't
Romo. I'm
believe
like, Romo. I was with you till you said Romo. Romo?
Romo, seriously.
Oh.
If you look up just in the 2010s.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I got friends, and I'm dead serious. I got friends that tell me he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm for real. I got friends I know. Shout out my boy Austin though, and Dennis. They tell me that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
There's I can see it happening. Like some people are gonna make that argument, especially whenever they introduce Eli Manning as a Hall of Famer.
No, because I'll say McNabb. Where's McNabb at then?
They're gonna be like, oh,
Romo's a better
Romo's better than who?
Eli Manning.
Oh yeah, he's not that good. Eli Manning should not be in the Hall of Fame,
Hey.
bro. He's getting for Tom
Eli.
Brady. He's being Tom Brady.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Romo or Rivers?
Rivers. It ain't even close. Rivers. Bro, Rivers put up torn ACL. Rivers. Yes, Rivers.
I'd probably take Romo if you be honest.
I'll take Tony
Over
Romo.
Rivers?
Yeah.
Rivers plays through injury and everything. He played on 20. Bro, people forget Rivers just had to go through Paint Man Tom Brady. He had to go through a tough gauntlet. He had to go through the gauntlet, bro.
Romo had to play quarterback for Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
With all that
Jerry-
talent.
And what talent do they have in the 2000s? Jerry Jones sat there and said, Felix Jones is going to be a first-round pick.
Okay, true. Well, Felix Jones, a lot of people thought he was a stud. But, okay, not even just that then. Fine. You got still T.O., Pro Bowl receiver, stud receiver. Jason Wynn, Hall of Famer. Defense was solid. You have Roy Williams at one point also.
Okay.
Receiver Roy Williams. Detroit.
Okay, we don't talk about the Chargers. Chargers had
But
they had LT at
who
running
the Chargers have to
back.
go through, though?
You had Vincent
Well, who'd you have to
Jackson,
go through? You had to go through
Antonio.
Didn't Rivers have the one seed like 3 times and lose?
No, he used to go through Indianapolis. He used to go through New England, through Pittsburgh. Look at the AFC. The AFC was better. Pittsburgh, New England. Indianapolis, those teams were better. Who was in the NFC really was dominant like that?
Packers.
Okay, Brett Favre. What? Who else?
And then they went to Aaron Rodgers. But
The
Who was
Saints.
dominant in the NFC during those times? Really,
Saints. In the
Saints
NFC
were like okay, they were
at
cool, but
one
like
point.
I'm talking about consistently. You knew they were going to be there. You knew Pittsburgh was going to be there. You knew New England was going to be there. You knew Indianapolis was going to be there every year. You knew they were going to be there every year. I used to watch a lot of those Charger games, but I was an LT guy.
But
so.
also, I just like personally, I think Tony Romo is a better player. Like I just would take Tony Romo.
You don't like how Tony. You don't like Philip Rivers' arm, bro. That's why. You don't like how he
Yeah,
throws the ball.
I
He
can't.
biased.
You don't like his
Yeah,
You like how he throws the ball.
his
That's
throwing
why he biased.
motion?
Hate it, man.
I'm just
Hate
saying,
it.
bro.
Okay.
Passion.
So let's do this little game then. Okay, I'm gonna name some random quarterbacks from 2000s. You tell me Romo or that quarterback. All right.
That's gonna be
Okay.
easy.
So Romo, Rivers. You said Rivers.
Yes.
Romo.
Romo.
I'm on Romo. Romo, Big Ben.
Big Ben. Ain't even close. Oh, you gonna have an argument?
No, I'm trying.
I'm about to say Daddy's only trying to make dramatic.
Ben.
Yeah. That's a
Okay.
sweep.
Romo, Carson Palmer.
Oh damn, that was hard. Oh, I don't like them.
Romo.
Let me ask you: is Carson Palmer fully healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Give me Romo still.
Romo. I love
They
Palmer,
both
but
don't win no
Romo.
playoff games, but
I
Give me
love Carson
Romo.
Palmer, but Tony Romo.
give me Romo.
Has Tony Romo ever threw a 4 interception game like Carson Palmer did in that NFC championship?
That was rough to watch.
Yeah, I'll probably take Romo.
That hurt for USC.
Romo, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'll go Matt Ryan.
Okay. Romo. I'm going with Matt Ryan too.
Yeah.
Romo. Who else is there?
McNabb.
Romo McNabb.
McNabb.
Romo.
Hey, huh?
Romo.
Bro, this is what I'm
Romo.
talking about. How? How?
He's a
McNabb
better-
did way more. He was
Notice
better
he hasn't
than-
answered yet.
Yeah, I'll probably take Romo too.
over McNabb.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, huh?
Yes.
Maybe a side
Yes.
swipe. How? What's wrong with you guys? Why y'all just, bro? There's so much disrespect to Don McNabb, bro. It's crazy. Where's all the disrespect coming from?
McNabb was nice, bro. He had
McNabb was
he
cool.
he had like his first. What,
McNabb was
4
good,
or 5
bro.
years?
McNabb was literally going to the NFC title games
For,
every,
like-
a couple every year, pretty much.
Not
Oh.
after like 2004. Like after they went to the Super Bowl, they kind of fizzled out.
They were always still there. It was them and the Cowboys. They were always still around, bro. Y'all disrespectful. Y'all disrespectful as hell, bro.
If I
I'll
need,
just pick the hell out of McNabb.
I need to show you Washington McNabb and Minnesota.
No,
That's
I'm
all.
not
That's
talking
all I need to
about
show you.
Washington. We're talking about Washington. And I'm not talking about Washington and damn
Minnesota. That's all I
I'm
need
talking
to
about
show.
Philly McNabb is better than Tony Romo.
It's McNabb. I
He's
mean
a better
Romo.
talent. He was a better talent too. Better player. When I say he was a better player than Tony Romo,
I think Romo was the better
I
player.
think, yeah,
I think McNabb had more of the physical gifts than Tony Romo for sure.
McNabb was so cold, bro. Y'all so sleep on McNabb. I'm tired of just McNabb getting respect. That's why I say Eli Manning goes in the Hall of Fame. McNabb got to go in too, bro. Because McNabb dominated Eli Manning. Eli Manning, I remember Eli Manning for 2 playoff runs. That's it. And y'all know y'all agree with me on that too. Y'all remember Eli Manning for
I don't
2
think Eli.
playoff
I don't
runs?
think Eli should get in.
He
but
shouldn't get in.
He will.
He'll be Tom Brady. That's the only reason he'll get in.
He'll be.
He got
The more
2
Tom
rings,
Brady
bro.
wins, the more it makes Eli Manning look good.
Yeah.
But McNabb was better than Romo. That's all I gotta say. I can't believe DeAndre you disagree with that. DeAndre, you speaking blasphemy, brother. Hey,
Okay, you know what? This will be a fun one. Romo, Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner.
A winner. Give me a winner.
Oh, okay. I thought that'd be a lot more.
Nah,
No,
Kurt.
give me a winner.
Nah, give me Tony Romo.
Bro, the only thing
I
Romo did
am
right-
here to slander Kurt Warner.
Bro, Kurt Warner was a winner. Who you want to win with? Who you want to take? Who you
He
want
won
on
with the
Saints?
greatest show on turf.
He won. He got the win Arizona when Matt Leonard can't get the
Hey,
job done.
Let's also
USC
let's
guy.
also not forget Romo came because of Warner. Romo was that guy because of Warner. Warner inspired a lot of undrafted
And you know what?
quarterbacks.
And Warner stayed humble. Tony Romo got Jessica Simpson and started getting big head. Think he was that guy. Jared Jones treated him like he was the best thing to ever touch the grass, and that's when stuff went south too. So I'll take Kurt Warner. Tell me right now on the Saints. You can have Kurt Warner for a year or Romo for a year. When Kurt Warner was in Arizona doing his thing, still great.
Tony Romo. Talk about 07 and 08. 07 and 08
Does Tony
Romo.
Kurt Warner's a
does
winner.
Tony Romo even have a year that's even remotely similar to the greatest show on
Hell
turf?
no.
2014. That was his MVP season, 2014.
Wasn't DeMarco Murray
Still
here
ain't
too?
taking it.
Huh?
What the year DeMarco Murray was there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
I think-
DeMarco Murray run the ball.
Look at the
How many
numbers.
carries did DeMarco Murray run
Kenneth,
that year?
Kenneth,
Kurt-
pull up his
Kurt-
pull
Kurt-
up his numbers. Pull up his numbers.
Yeah, Marshall Falk was catching the ball. Yeah, that's
2014. What were Romo's
true. I'm about to look
numbers?
at 1 year out of 15. What happened when Romo was in the big games, bro? What happened in the big game? The biggest moment.
The
Romo,
team was booty
What?
cheeks.
No. We ain't gonna be picking and choosing. We want to use. When Kurt Warner was in the biggest of moments, he thrived. Romo the biggest.
He
among the-
lost a Super Bowl to Tom Brady.
Also, Kurt Warner was a 2-time NFL MVP. Went from the Rams. Went to the Cardinals.
People forget
Took
he
the
went to the
Cardinals,
Giants
who Matt
first
Leinart was supposed to be the
and
guy
stunk.
for.
Yeah.
And he got casted off to the Cardinals. Matt Leinart stunk, so they thought, okay.
And went
Yeah,
to the
and
Super
took him
Bowl.
to the Super Bowl. And
It's
they
a-
almost won it. If it wasn't for
Yes.
that damn last
Cat,
drive.
Look, I love that 08 season. It's a great story. But no.
What has Romo done close to that?
Huh?
Tony Romo's career QB rate is almost 100.
He's a better quarterback. Warner's a better story.
Who had more talent? Tony Romo had talent. Like, you look at the guys you had: DeMarco Murray, Marion Barber. Who won? T.O.
You did not just say Marion
And
Barber.
Marion Barber's a good-ass running back.
Oh, first of all, R.I.P. Marion Barber. But Kurt Warner played with Marshall Faulk, sir.
No, I'm not talking his prime. I'm talking about when think about it, he had Edgerrin James towards the end, like Arizona years.
Oh, it's of Arizona years?
Yeah, it was like Edgerrin James and
Anquan Bolden?
Carbone was stud. Anquan
Larry
Bolden was
Fitzgerald?
Jason Witten, T.O. Austin. Miles Austin just popped on the scene.
Miles can't keep a hamstring to save his life, Austin?
Miles Austin.
Talk about that,
Cole
Miles
Beasley.
Austin?
What Cole Beasley already?
Anti-vax boy?
They ran Ben out the way. Martellus Ben was a stud. They ran him out the building.
Because Jason Witten would not give up his job.
Exactly. And Martellus Ben was a talent.
Let me ask you this. Actually, I forgot what I was going to say.
Bro, all I know is this. If Tony Romo gets a Ring of Honor put in there before Jimmy Johnson, Cowboy fans should riot.
Well, we all know why.
Yeah, that's why he got
It's 'cause of
cursed. That's why they're
Jerry
cursed.
Jones.
That's why the Cowboys are never going to win again. They're
Because
cursed,
Jerry
bro.
Jones.
Also,
Until they put Jimmy Johnson in, they're cursed.
what was Tony Romo's best year? I just want to
2014,
Can't-
if I had to
bro,
guess.
give me that McNabb. Give me that McNabb years too, bro.
That's on I have right now. Yeah, 2014. What was
This
his
McNabb
numbers?
years?
Yeah, I have McNabb.
34
Hey, He's
touchdowns.
gonna change up.
34 touchdowns,
He got some heat.
9 interceptions,
Even over there, he's one of the phone searching.
yards per game, 247, QB rate, 113.2 average. His QB rate was 79.7.
79.7.
Bring my man McNabb.
Okay, McNabb's best year
Chicken
was
noodle soup. Get it right.
2004.
Not
3,000.
the Super Bowl year, right? If I had to assume.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Bowl. 3,875 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 104.7 QB rating. Yeah.
McNabb was, bro. Look at. Tell me he's not consistent throughout his career mostly. Until he got to Washington. But Washington was a different thing. But most of his career he's pretty consistent as far as his numbers.
I mean, not really. I mean, look here. I'll put.
Different QB rates, right? So this one's from 2006. They started doing QBR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
The rating. McNabb, let's because I'm not gonna count his rookie year. His second year, 21 touchdowns, 13 interceptions,
Okay.
3,365 yards. Second year, 3,233 yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Then the following year had 2,289 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The following year after that, 3,216 yards, 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Then he had that season, his best season, as I mentioned. Then he had 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. After that, 2,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The year after that, 3,300 yards, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. The year after that, 3,900 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
That's pretty good for a career. For when they didn't throw the ball as much. Compared to today's era, of course, that looks bad because now they throw the ball all the time.
Yeah.
He played
Yeah.
Brian Westbrook. They didn't throw the ball as much
Mhm.
back then. So those numbers are pretty good numbers. They got me going on a whole rant about Eli. What are Eli Manning numbers looking like?
But if I okay,
Pull up Eli then.
Eli's numbers?
Yeah. Because would you take Eli Manning or a Big Dab?
No.
Okay. You might not need to put the numbers in. I thought.
I
No,
mean,
Donovan over
I think
Eli.
Eli would make the Hall of Fame over McNabb.
But
Just,
look, and that's my problem with it. Because look at his numbers. His numbers are not. I don't.
But we all know why.
My guys,
yeah, we know why.
You got Super Bowl. Super Bowls matter.
No, not to that extent. That's a
No,
You see, Deion Sanders went off about this. He went off about this.
Hold on. But also, you gotta look at what he did in those Super Bowls. Those moments, the David Tyree catch. Who escaped the pocket when the whole pocket collapsed? Everybody thought he got sacked. Escaped out of it, made a great throw.
And
David
what about-
Tyree.
It's one of the
hell a play.
greatest.
That's
It's one of the
a-
greatest plays in the history
Yeah,
of the
well,
NFL.
yeah. Okay,
and then
go ahead.
and then when they beat the Patriots the other year,
Manningham?
that Mario Manningham catch, that's great sideline throw.
Okay,
where
does that
only
make me a
Mario
Hall of
could get it.
Famer though? That's what I'm saying.
But those were great
No,
plays
they're
to set his team up to
yeah,
win.
but not. But that's what Deion Sanders went off a rant about the Hall of Fame because he's saying everybody's getting the Hall of Fame nowadays. Those aren't Hall of Fame. He's still not a Hall of Famer. You can have great moments and make plays, but you're not Hall of Fame. He's not no MVPs. He's not no what his accolades are. His personal accolades.
Hey, he got 2 Super Bowl
No,
MVPs.
but you can't use Super
I'll
Bowls.
tell you that.
Super Bowls can't. It's like with basketball. We don't look at the finals or your championships as your main focal point of what you did in your career. It's a bonus, but also what you do in your individual career. Eli Manning has no MVPs, none of that kind of stuff. Like Kurt Warner has.
Well,
MVPs.
also you got to think, to the quarterbacks who played in the 2010s, right? There were, and even the 2000s, there were really 3 names that always dominated the awards. It was Brady, Manning, and I guess you could say Rodgers in the 2010s. Like, no matter what, those guys, they all won games.
All right.
So they were going to
Even
be
when you
MVPs.
even when we look at quarterbacks who you would take during that time, Eli Manning's towards the bottom of the list. There's
All right,
plenty of guys you take over Eli
I
Manning
have-
at that time.
Here's Eli's numbers. So not counting his rookie year because he didn't really
That's fine.
have that many games that he played. Second year, 3,762 yards, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 75 QB rating. Next year, 3,244 yards, 24 touchdowns, 18 interceptions, 77 rating. 3,336 yards, 23 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, 73.9 rating. Next year, 3,238 yards, 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 86.4 rating. Next year, 4,021 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 93 rating. 4,002 yards, 31 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, 85.3 rating.
What year was that?
That was 2010.
Okay.
So as far as the Super Bowl year, what year did they win the Super Bowl?
11.
That was the first one?
No, 07 was the first one.
07. So the year in 07, he had 23 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. So
And then 11.
4,933 yards, 29 touchdowns, 16 interceptions.
I mean, to me, it's like, and my thing with the Hall of Fame is
He threw for a lot of yards, like
Let me ask you
throughout his
this.
career.
like to me, wins only matter to the quarterbacks, and I find that kind of not fair to quarterbacks in a way, because I could sit here and probably tell you there are a bunch of great quarterbacks who I think are better, but people won't put them that high because, Brady, Montana have all the accolades. Rodgers has all these MVPs.
Well, we look at Dan Marino. Dan Marino gets his credit. He never won.
Yeah.
People love Dan Marino.
Even looking at Eli's playoff numbers, they're not great. I mean, his total his playoff career yards is 2,815 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
But you're telling me this guy's a Hall of Famer.
And an 8-4 record.
Here, let me give you some quarterback lists, and you tell me who you rather have over. If you rather have Eli Manning over any of these guys, you tell me. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, Peyton Manning, Phillip Rivers, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, Michael Vick. Who you taking Eli Manning over?
Probably none of them.
Probably
That's
none.
my point. And this guy's a Hall of Famer, and all these guys we just named are pretty much. These are pretty much everybody that's in his class.
Personally, I don't think he would be a Hall of Famer.
If not for the rings.
But now, for the rings especially,
And
that
that's
gets
why-
him in. And yeah, I agree with, because I know
That's
you
why
bring
Deion
up Deion
Sanders.
Sanders' point. Deion Sanders, I agree with him. I think nowadays they're letting pretty much anybody in.
But that's okay. That's my thing, though. Okay, so if Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer, that means you think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer? Because he has better numbers.
Probably
more
not
passing
because he
yards.
doesn't have
That
the
doesn't
rings.
have the rings.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the crazy thing. Because Eli Manning was in the best in his class. He was in the best around his time. Like Michael Vick's definitely a Hall of Famer, but that's different. Michael Vick was a different kind of beast. But
Some people might make the argument.
'cause
that
Michael
he-
Vick
but
changed the game.
I do think he should.
Michael
be,
Vick's
because,
he's like on average
Generational
talent.
Changed the game.
swagger, just brought a different type of style.
right.
Tony Romo only has 117 interceptions in his career. Eli Manning has 244.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So
I'm just saying.
But also, it's hard because,
Go ahead.
if you don't think Rivers is a Hall of Famer, then is Tony Romo a Hall of Famer?
There you go. That's what I'm saying. It's your.
But also, my other thing is,
I don't think he is, but
he'll get. You know why he'll get in?
Who, Romo?
Yeah, you know why he'll get in?
Why?
He's a cowboy.
No, hell no.
He's a cowboy. That's why he'll get in.
If Romo gets in, bro, I think the Hall of Fame looks.
Shit,
The
you put-
Hall of
hey.
Fame
He won't
looks
get in
great.
right away, but he'll get in.
Hey, you can put his ass in the ring of honor. Go
If
ahead.
that's the case,
He'll be a Hall of
If
Famer.
that's the case, you got to pretty much put everybody from 2010s. You got to put Matthew Stafford in.
But I think that's the problem with the 2010s is that it was so overshadowed by Brady and Peyton Manning. You have all these other great quarterbacks. So I think some of them do deserve Hall of Fame consideration.
Like Phillip Rivers.
But don't you?
So let me ask you this: with Matt Stafford, he's a ring.
Right.
Is he Hall of Fame worthy?
He has numbers too to back him.
Yeah, the numbers.
He might be. Eli Manning doesn't have the numbers like that though, and the accolades individually make him say, "Hey, this guy did. He was the guy in the league." Even you want to say you had Tom Brady and those guys like that. Phil Rivers still stood his own test of time. He still stood his own numbers wise.
It's crazy because like the Hall of Fame, it's like sometimes you're gauging, is it numbers over the rings? Is it rings over?
Well, and it really, that only matters with quarterbacks.
Yeah,
it only matters with quarterbacks.
Exactly. Like Dan Marino had probably some of the best passing numbers among any quarterback in the NFL history, but he doesn't have the rings. Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford, before he won a ring in Los Angeles, had some of the best passing numbers, but yet nobody thought Matthew Stafford was a Hall of Famer.
But Dan Marino also was winning though. It wasn't like he wasn't winning games. He was winning. Like that's the difference between him and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford wasn't winning like that in Detroit. Dan Marino was winning games in Miami. They just weren't winning Super Bowls. He was still competitive and winning. That's the difference. I thought also like Eli Manning just doesn't have the numbers. He was winning Super Bowls.
Fine, Phillip Rivers then.
Phil Rivers was competing. Think about Phil. We look at Phil Rivers, right? Like let's look at 5 years from the road. He lost to Tom Brady, like you said. Those two guys dominant. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Pittsburgh. Those kind of teams he was losing to, which have a lot. Big Ben, Hall of Famer. That's 3 Hall of Famers right there. He was losing to.
Yeah.
Eli Manning, I look at him like you and Romo. I mean, you didn't really dominate like that in your career. Where we're like, oh, I mean, I'm just Eli Manning for me not a Hall of Famer, bro. There's so many other guys I put over him. Matthew Stafford's one of them. I'm not saying Jay Cutler's a Hall of Famer, but Jay Cutler had some great numbers in his career too.
Smoking.
Taking a little too far.
No, but Jay Cutler, no, he's not a Hall of Famer though. I'm not saying. Let me say it again. He is not a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying
Jay
that.
Cutler ever did make the Hall of Fame, I need that bust to have, have a cigarette out of his mouth.
Let me ask you this.
Smoking Jay.
Who's a better quarterback, Jay Cutler or Tony Romo?
Tony Romo. Don't sit. No. Don't.
Talent-wise?
Who had the
Cutler.
better career?
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, Jay Cutler. Cause he had other issues though. He was just was lazy. It seemed like. But Jay Cutler did go to a championship game.
And then he also sat out then.
He also sat out after getting his pinky boo-boo.
It was cold out there, bro.
Man.
It was great debate though.
All I'm saying is
Jay Cutler lost all respect for me in that game.
And all I'm gonna say is 2011 Romo in that Niners game punctured 2 ribs, or no, I'm sorry, broke 2 ribs, punctured lung, came back into that game-winning drive, in overtime for the Cowboys. That's the kind of guy Tony Romo is.
Yeah.
I just look at him, bro. All I think about is him jumping.
The
that
Cowboys.
I think about the Seattle game, him jumping that fumble on the kick.
But that's not his fault. When have you ever heard of a starting quarterback going out there to hold a field goal?
I'm not knocking him for it.
When have you ever seen that happen?
No, that's true. Hey, circumstances change for everything. I'm just saying that I think about that. That's a loss. I look at the playoff record, the Green Bay. I just look at some of the games, bro. It's like
that Packer game was not on.
I mean, he lost though.
That was a catch.
I know it was a catch, but you lost.
That was
at the end of the day, you lost the game. So it's like
also because you want to talk about Eli Manning versus McNabb.
Even when he lost to the Vikings, when the Vikings went to the Super Bowl that year, they didn't lose them in the playoffs.
No, they got donkey stomped by the Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. That was another loss. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking about all kinds.
What else you got?
Oh, what you about to say?
I'm just gonna tell you this right now. Just this is a fact right here.
Miami should won the Super Bowl.
If not for Tony Romo in the 2000s, the Cowboys were going to be the Browns of the NFC. They were not a good team.
They weren't, but the Cowboys.
But Romo brought them to relevancy.
To say the Browns of the NFC was kind of.
They were. Did you look at those drafts?
No, I get that, but I'm saying though, it still was the Cowboys. They were still going to find a way to get some talent somehow. If you want to say they weren't drafting, well, it's still the Cowboys.
There wasn't. Jerry Jones did not run that team very well, and he admitted it.
Is he still? He's doing it now.
He's built a better team around Dak Prescott than I ever saw him do with Tony Romo.
No, I think he's starting to get to that point again. He's starting to get cheap now.
So comparing Eli and McNabb's playoffs, McNabb is 9-7 playoff record. Eli has an 8-4. McNabb 27 touchdowns, 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Eli 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
And you know what separates that?
Donkey stomped on after the yacht tour too with Victor Cruz and all them boys. They got donkey stomped.
That did happen. That did happen.
Although,
I saw you donkey stomp.
That was the one. That's the one game where I defined Odell Beckham. I say, hey, he didn't show up.
Nope.
He did drop that ball.
He dropped that one.
No, he did.
I don't know how we got to this point, but I had a very fun conversation.
No, quarterbacks are an interesting thing, bro, because
it's always a debate with quarterbacks.
You bring up Eli, especially when you bring up Eli and Tony Romo. It's like,
well, because some people do use like MVPs, rings, wins, like that's their starting point.
What do you look at for a Hall of Famer then? Let me ask
Talent.
The talent. So I think it's a mixture. For me, I'll have to go next. For me, it's a mixture thing. I think winning does matter. But you don't have to win a Super Bowl. I think you can win if you're consistently winning always. Great records and put up numbers.
Here's my thing. People look at, my 5 greatest wide receivers of all time. My list. It's Jerry. Not in any order, but Jerry, T.O., Randy, Calvin, Fitzgerald.
Okay.
The one that has rings
is
Jerry. Randy never won anything. T.O. never won anything. Larry and Calvin never won anything. But people
all
regard
those guys
them.
are winners, though. They all did win. T.O. got there. Randy got there a couple times. He didn't win it. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but they never won the big game.
For sure.
Jerry did.
Yeah.
But people regard them as some of the greatest backs ever. Barry Sanders never won anything.
Yeah.
But people regard Barry as one of the best backs, if not the best back.
But
it only matters when it comes to the quarterbacks.
Because they get all the shine, bro. It's a quarterback. They get paid the most. They get everything. It's all about the quarterback.
I guess that's true. I just find it a little unfair because I judge it based on talent. Like, if you were one of the best in your era at your time,
Tony Romo and
Romo, Rivers, yeah. They're right there behind. The 2010s, it's Brady, Manning.
So based off talent, Michael Vick was better than Romo.
But Michael Vick also missed a lot of time. And
that's when he came back for the MVP years.
But my thing with Michael Vick is, and it's not me, but I think the Hall of Fame committee will look at Michael Vick, and we all know what they're going to say.
No way.
The dogfighting might keep Michael Vick out of the Hall of Fame.
That shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
He'll be first ballot.
It shouldn't, but they'll look at it.
He's on Fox.
They'll look at it.
Wait, first ballot. Wasn't that?
He'll be first ballot.
He wouldn't be a first ballot.
When is he even up for Hall of Fame election? Because what was his last year that he played?
20.
I think
Thank you, Kenneth.
I think he's cleaned up his image enough, and he's on Fox.
He has, and I agree with you.
But look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss. If you look at Randy Moss when he left the league, Randy Moss looked at like as an asshole. Randy Moss literally basically everywhere he went to, he basically left a mess when he left. Everybody wanted to kick him out as fast as possible because they couldn't stand him, personality-wise. And he got in, so
2021.
Okay, so he'll be first ballot.
Yeah.
But still, Michael Vick's will be a Hall of Famer. Randy Moss is a guy that had a lot of questionable issues too off the field.
But the difference is Randy's regarded as a top 3 at his position of all time.
Yeah, I think people just pick their favorite. Now, you might have a point when people say they pick their favorites because I think T.O. deserved to be a first ballot before Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Because Randy Moss had way more cancerous moments on every team he went to. Besides, T.O. didn't have no cancerous moments. He just won the ball. That's not cancerous. Randy Moss literally tore down locker rooms, interviews, post game. Look how many teams he played for. He was literally getting tossed around towards the end of his career.
But I just look at you and I think if you're one of the best at your time at your position, and if you I don't want to say one game because that's not fair either, because I think football's so much more than winning games. Like, there's so many other factors that go into it than what you alone as control as one player. But I mean, it's just with quarterbacks wins. I don't really look at wins as.
I think you kind of have to.
But I think Phillip and Romo, they're right there because I think for me in the 2010s, it's tier 1 is Brady, Manning, Breeze, Rodgers. Like that's the upper echelons right there, the 2010s.
Yeah.
And then you get to Big Ben, Rivers, Romo. Depending how you view guys like Eli or Carson Palmer, they're probably right there in that second tier.
Well, let me ask you this, because since Kurt Warner was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, does that make it now where like Eli should be in the Hall of Fame just because the fact that Kurt Warner is in it?
No. Kurt Warner has MVPs.
I mean,
Eli Manning has no individual accolades like that.
Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl MVPs,
but
yes, yeah.
He has MVP, but that's not the same.
It's like when it comes to one player, like when they're gonna have this debate about Eli, I don't think the ring talk will ever weigh as much as it does in that Eli Manning conversation.
Yeah,
because just from the talent, the quarterback play, the numbers, I don't think he is.
Who you got the rings against? Because Tom Brady. That's why.
But the rings, they will weigh heavy into that conversation, and I think he'll get in.
I think the difference with that argument you just made, because when you get Super Bowl MVP compared league MVP saying like Lamar Jackson, that's the best player, most valuable player in the league. It's a different level of respect compared to a Super Bowl MVP. Sure, Super Bowl MVP is great, but a league MVP I think weighs more as far as how good you were in the league.
Yeah, I mean, 4-time Pro Bowler for Eli.
Do you think Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer?
Walter Payton, Man of the Year, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time MVP.
That's tough.
Is Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer?
If only they fucking beat the Patriots that year.
Because again, like I think to the MVP point, Breeze has no MVPs to his name.
Yeah.
His best years were overshadowed by Rodgers, Brady, Mahomes. Mm-hmm. So that's a guy who has no MVPs, but people regard him as one of the best of all time.
Drew Brees has also longevity played a factor for him too. He has longevity. And he
A Super Bowl.
He was consistently winning also. He had Super Bowl, but he also was winning consistently.
Yeah.
If you want to look, because we all think we're all human. We all look at the games and we think like, okay, he should have probably won this game. He probably should have had a chance to win this one. He had some bad breaks with the Viking games, like we said. You mentioned it before.
Beast
too.
mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Vernon
so,
Davis.
When you look at stuff like that, also
The no call. We have a
Drew
lot
Brees
of bad
was
moments.
Drew Brees was a talent, and when Drew Brees was on the field, he stood out amongst other quarterbacks. You knew he was the guy when he was healthy and everything like that.
Right.
So I think longevity plays a factor. I think even Eli Manning playing so long that he did, towards the end, he was bad. Odell Beckham saved a lot of how bad he looked.
True.
He had no arm left. Like Odell Beckham, even Drew Brees at the end, arm wasn't the same it was.
Kind of same thing with Big Ben though.
Big Ben, same. Yeah, Big Ben. Ben, same thing. Big Ben probably should have retired a little earlier.
And I think the difference between those three is the difference between Brady, I'm sorry, not Brady, Breeze, Roethlisberger, and Eli at the end of their careers. The Saints were able to mask the weaknesses of Breeze and
Facts.
still win, and
yeah.
they made the numbers look good with Breeze.
Facts.
With Big Ben and with Eli, they struggled, and the offense didn't hide it whatsoever. They made it obvious.
And but the difference also with that though, Big Ben was still making the playoffs, hosting playoff games, win the division.
That
Eli
Breeze,
Manning, them dudes
no,
done.
they were 4-12 every year.
Odell Beckham really was carrying that man. Arm was going. How you want to throw on Odell Beckham? Like,
Yeah.
So I think we agree. Like the rings will.
I think the only thing I disagree with you about, I think winning does matter, just not to the extent of Super Bowls. Because if Matthew Stafford never goes to LA, he's not in the Hall of Fame to me. Because I look at the Trump like, bro, you.
No, if he goes,
don't
yeah,
want winning.
yeah.
That's the only thing I disagree with you about. Like as far as winning, like you need to win games in the NFL. Or we had Dan Orlovsky in the.
Was Russ a Hall of Famer?
Hey, last debate I want to bring up since y'all mentioned Michael Vick has changed the game.
Who said was Hall of Famer?
Russ.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know.
No, what?
Even though Russ won his only Super Bowl as a game manager at the time.
He has the numbers too, though.
But okay.
He should have people look at Pete Carroll and say, "Oh, he should have got that one."
No, what do you have, DeAndre? Throw it at
But
us.
yes, he has a star that's asterisk next to the Super Bowl.
Pete Carroll's fault.
Yeah. I know he should have. Yeah, there was one where he actually would have won it by himself. Like that would have been like
He probably won the MVP that game too. Well, Marshall was probably won the MVP.
Nah,
Go ahead,
Marshall
Keem,
would
go
have.
ahead.
But what you got?
But since we brought up Michael Vick and him being potentially due for a Hall of Fame, what about Cam Newton? The numbers are there. Numbers
Yeah.
are good.
MVP, Super Bowl
MVP.
appearance.
Usually was winning. Going to
I mean,
playoffs.
Cam, arguable for a good chunk of his career, was one of the most efficient and best running quarterbacks. The only knack I would have against Cam would be longevity. And outside of 2015, was Cam really one of the best quarterbacks, at the time? That you get what I'm saying? Like the numbers are there, but it's the longevity.
Like, was he consistently the best quarterback?
Yes.
I think he was better.
But I think I think because he not really changed the game, but he brought back
that dual
threat quarterback.
I'm not really a Cam Newton fan. DeAndre knows this. But I will say, if Matt Ryan is, I think Cam Newton before Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had way more talent than Cam Newton ever had. Like, look, Cam Newton went to Super Bowl with Ted again. Guys that were kind of looked at as
Jericho
done.
Cotchery.
Yeah, he even had Kelvin Benjamin. Like he went to he had of course he had Jonathan in the running game, but Matt Ryan had way more talent throughout his career, and I think he did just as much as Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
maybe even more. So if Matt Ryan is to you, then I think Cam Newton has to be too. Then if Matt Ryan,
I think Cam is just not first ballot, but he is.
Yeah.
I think down the line too.
He is. Same with Mike Vick, but I just wonder. And I know Mike's done such a great job of changing his image and kind of getting away from what happened.
Bro.
But I wonder if people when they vote, do they hold that over Michael Vick?
Oh, once I saw T.O. didn't get in, I was like, yeah.
That's different though. T.O. is different because T.O. still not. He's unapologetic about anything. Michael Vick did his dues. He went to prison.
The only
he was on Fox, changed his whole image.
The only Hall of Famer that I know of that ever had shit off the field that was questionable and still made it as a first ballot Hall of Famer, Ray Lewis. That's the only one that I know.
He was so great.
Yeah.
But Michael Vick's gonna get in. I think he'll probably be. I don't know when the next ballot.
He should get in.
Mike Vick's because Michael Vick's just you can't talk football, especially today football, without talking Mike Vick. It's like Allen Iverson with basketball. Without Allen Iverson, the league ain't what it is when it comes to swagger off the court, off the field, on the field. Like Michael Vick was just revolutionary. Even with Madden, think about Madden. Madden, I think Mike Vick first person I think about, not John Madden. Rest in peace, John Madden. Mike Vick. Yep. He's revolutionary. Look at Lamar Jackson, Trey Lance, all these guys that want these quarterbacks. Kyler Murray, all these quarterbacks that people want nowadays, they want Mike Vicks. They're pretty much Mike Vicks.
Yep.
Can run, can spit.
Change the game.
Strong arms. Yep.
Change the game.
The swag too. Wore the braids, unapologetically Lamar Jackson got the braids. Like I think like Michael Vick just has a certain swag about him, bro. You can't talk football without talking Mike Vick. I think
Right.
he has to be a Hall of Famer. Look at the highlight tape. Look
Right.
at his highlight tape.
I mean, that dude changed because there was nobody like Michael Vick before Michael Vick.
No,
Yeah.
he's like Allen Iverson.
I'm still disappointed. I remember.
Also, he was left-handed.
Yeah.
Even off the field, Nike. Who's the biggest Nike football athlete you think of? Bo Jackson, Mike Vick.
Yep.
Mhm.
I remember I wanted them damn Mike Vick
Yes, and they
cleats.
pulled him after that.
And then they pulled him after that fucking dog. Yeah, my dad, we came to the
You can't put him on sale.
Yeah, we came to the store, man, and my dad, we were asking for the Mike Vick, please. And they said, "Oh yeah, we stopped selling those because of the whole."
They
incident."
they
And
said
then my dad literally was like, "Over a damn dog." I just started busting out laughing, bro. I was
Bro.
like-
Such a hit, bro. That
That's
has
crazy.
changed.
he
Not
said
gonna lie.
that said y'all haven't seen SportsCenter yet.
I know, right?
Y'all haven't seen the news about Michael
Bro,
Vick.
no lie though, like that low key has aged different. Like my girlfriend, I remember she didn't like Mike Vick at first because the dogs. I'm like, hey Jennifer, I don't know, they out here killing black folks, getting off and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I guess you low key right. Mike Vick did 2 years for dogs. But Mike Vick is something revolutionary, bro.
No, he changed Michael Vick experience.
Yeah,
Did we all
Yeah.
not want to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
even that other little commercial he made with him and T.O. Remember that commercial he made with him and T.O.? I think it's a Gatorade commercial, actually. Or Nike, it's a Nike commercial with him and T.O. I wish you could pull it up. It's with a beast, but it's like a Blitz the League video game. It's like a video game.
NFL Blitz.
It's like a video game.
I
Can you pull it
I
up?
think I know which one you're talking about.
Michael
Yeah.
Vick T.O. Nike commercial.
Shit,
It was so fire, bro. It's just because...
Shit, even now, bro, watching him in Atlanta.
There it is. That's the one. Remember that one? Do you remember
I
that?
don't. Let me see this.
Yeah.
Bro, this was so clean, bro. It's like a video game, bro. It's like Blitz the League.
Oh yeah, I remember this shit.
Oh, you good? Yeah, it's old, bro. Hey, how you doing? Throwback, bro.
Good lord.
Look at Mike Vick at quarterback. They got T.O. and Mike Vick.
And also, you got to think with Michael Vick, like, after he went to jail and served his time, that guy, he came
Ball.
back into the league and still proved he was still an efficient quarterback.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like he was given a chance.
He had to work
when
and
he
grind.
had to work for it. Like he somehow like
Look at this.
circumstances.
Look at my man. Ooh.
Nice.
He was just different, bro. Mike Vick was something special. You never see this, Alec?
I have not.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm
this.
showing my age, I guess, maybe. Can you remember that?
Yeah, I remember this one.
Look at they got T.O. Oh, man.
God, what fun Michael Vick was, man.
They don't make NFL commercials like they used to.
They don't make anything like they used to when it comes to the NFL.
They really don't, bro.
But
Nah,
even remember that Nike Troy Polamalu and LT one?
Love
Yes,
that.
I do remember
The
that.
Nike
That
football
shit,
commercial used to
bro.
bang, bro.
Yes.
The Steven Jackson one
Oh my god.
with Sean
bro.
Marion. Man.
You talk about underrated. That man Steven Jackson was
Bro,
underrated.
criminally
Yeah, Steven
underrated.
Jackson-
should be a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer, yes.
I feel like he should be, but I don't think he
I don't
will.
think he'll ever get
For
it.
what he had to work with, bro, he had no.
I don't think he will, but that dude was right there with LT as far as dominating in the 2000s.
You know what's so crazy, bro? You deal with the Rams. The Rams probably have like 3 of the toughest backs ever. Todd Gurley was tough. Not like toughest ever because he got hurt. Eric Dickerson, Steven Jackson,
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk. That's
Yeah,
4. They got 4 of the best backs probably ever. I'll take their stable any day of the week.
Yeah.
Is Marshawn Lynch a Hall of Famer? He's had some off the field issues, but is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think he's a Hall of Famer to me.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people
That-
that actually say he
You think
should
about
be.
the
That's
first time about
tough.
the New Orleans Saints run a course, but is he a Hall? Same thing with Eli
Run,
Manning.
running back's different because I feel like there were so many good backs in the 2000s and 2010s. I don't know who gets in because Marshawn Lynch,
Adrian Pearson guaranteed.
AP, I think AP, Frank Gore are
Guaranteed.
Shoo-ins. And then it's guys like LaShawn McCoy, Marshawn Lynch.
No.
Who else is there?
Edgerrin James.
Steven Jackson.
Edgerrin James.
He's already in.
Oh yeah, he's
Got the
he's-
grill and
yeah.
everything. And James was a beast though. He was
Yeah.
a beast his whole career. I think Marshawn Lynch, because nobody thinks about the Buffalo years like that. He wasn't bad in Buffalo. Nobody just don't talk about the Buffalo years.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch could be a Hall of Famer. I wouldn't be surprised he was. But running backs, who else was there? Clint Porras. I'm trying to think.
Larry Johnson.
Yep.
Larry Johnson. I don't know, bro. I think honestly,
Ricky Williams.
No.
Hey,
Hey,
Ricky needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Damn it.
Brian Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook could be
I will
one.
Speak on that hill. Ricky should be in the Hall of Fame.
Stop.
Dreads and everything on the bus.
Reggie. Oh, not Reggie
Is Chris Johnson?
He didn't have that many years though.
But he had that 2,000 yard
Yeah,
season.
he had.
That's tough. I don't know.
That's the thing though. Do special seasons get you in the Hall of Fame?
That's
a whole nother
that's
thing.
a whole different
well,
thing, man.
We could say now we could. I don't know how I feel. Terrell Davis was playoff time. Terrell Davis was a different beast in the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
Terrell
Yeah.
Davis,
He was out.
he's a Hall of Famer though, but he got in late. I think the point Marshawn Lynch is a late for me, not first ballot. Of course, not first ballot, but he's a late maybe probably get in. And who's one you just named? Who's your name? You said Chris Johnson.
Yeah, Chris Jones.
CJ 2K.
I don't know, because
I also got to think he was the first guy since Eric Dickerson to have 2,000
then Adrian
yards.
Pearson did it after coming off the ACL.
Is Matt Forte a Hall of
Derrick
Famer?
Henry, I think almost.
Derrick
did.
Henry's a guaranteed Hall of Famer, I think, to me.
Is Matt Forte a Hall of Famer?
No,
No, sadly. But-
no.
He was so
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 underrated,
fun
so
to
underrated.
he was so fun to watch.
But yeah,
Trying to think who else. Oh, DeMarco Murray's had a special season, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
no.
Ezekiel Elliott's not a Hall of Famer.
No.
Trying to think 2010s. That's some great football.
I'm trying to think who else is there.
Jerome Betts is a Hall of Famer.
Is
But
Deshaun Jackson a Hall of Famer?
No,
Like
no,
you did honestly, bro. Hall of
Mark
Hall of Fame is just a hard thing.
Mark
to-
Ingram.
no.
No.
Okay.
Hey, that's that homer coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Alec
2010.
Kamara, if you keep balling, maybe.
I'm trying to think of a relative back. 'Cause
Now we just started naming it.
We're just starting naming names.
I'm trying to think about the teams that we had. Who was Baltimore's running back at the time? Willis McGahee?
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Ray
Lewis,
Ray.
Ray
No,
Rice?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice? No, hey, ain't on there.
Willis McGahee,
Nah, those
No.
are not the Hall of Famers. I'm trying to think who else is. I'm trying to think about the divisions.
Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Charles.
John Charles had some good years, but nah,
Jamal Charles.
he had some great years. Who else is
But
out there? I'm thinking about like backs. Fred Taylor. I think so.
Didn't he make the Hall of Fame already?
Nah, he's still waiting.
Fuck. Maybe. dude.
Maurice Jones-Drew? No.
hmm.
I think Fred Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, Maurice.
I think Fred Taylor we should have again before Maurice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Maurice Jones-Drew was cool, but nah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of good names. But anyways, that was a fun talk there, boys.
Yeah, bro. Look at
We
my
had some
highlights.
preseason talk scheduled, but we'll do that next week because 2 weeks preseason football will be through. We can analyze 2 weeks worth
I
then.
think that's something to say.
Go ahead.
I think the Rams, the Rams, we always know they do a good job with like late finding players. I like that quarterback. I told you, I said they might have their own version of Trey Lance. I liked him.
Oh, the 2 gloves?
Bryce Perkins.
I like the way he throw. Hey, bro, he put the ball in the money, bro. I know it's his backups. I know. I'm not saying he has to start, but if you had them Jared Goff jerseys, you might want to hold him to him. You might be able to change the nameplate.
Stop, man.
He might be
Come on now,
2,
stop.
3 years.
But McCutcheon made some good plays.
Oh,
in
I like
that
him
game
too.
versus
I like
them.
him too. He's big receiver.
Real quick preseason as far as
We gonna
I'm
Devontae
actually-
Adams going for 115 easy off 5 receptions this week.
I'm really impressed by some of these rookie running backs too. I think Dameon Pierce, man, that's a guy. Fantasy teams should keep an eye on him.
Texans back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Texans. 'cause I
He
think
was
he's-
very good.
Yes,
you
man,
get the
is
carries, though?
physical.
With Ball and
Dude,
Mack and stuff.
dude is.
I think he'll
physical.
he'll
take-
beat out Marlon back at some point.
What the one from the Seattle?
Kenneth Walker, he has a hernia.
Yeah, but I think he'll probably get the number 1 carries too down the line.
Well, now that Chris Carson's
I'm trying to read
retired,
y'all minds for fantasy. Who y'all thinking? I'm trying to read everybody's mind.
you ain't gonna know. I guess
Yeah, I know it's gonna be some Saints. I'm sure you'll take Michael Thomas and Chris Olave. I'm sure you're gonna take on the
Nah.
board.
Right.
You take your boy Michael Thomas, bro. He gonna take Alvin Kamara.
Oh, and Cowboys, hey, they depth, man. They got some issues. They got
yeah, that was my thing. Was the Cowboy?
Yeah.
They need to call AB up, bro.
It's not just wide receivers; it's the offensive line.
Line.
They're
Quarterback, they probably need to reevaluate that backup quarterback position.
I don't know why they keep Cooper Rush around.
Did you have them win the NFC East this year?
No, I had the Eagles.
Oh, did anybody? Did
Hey,
Makai have them?
Eagles look good.
Jalen Hurts looked good. Jalen Hurts looked good.
Yeah.
Cowboys have some serious issues though.
Yeah, they're one Tyron Smith injury away, which is bound to happen from having a horrible offensive line. I think.
Do you think the Cowboys and some? I know we brought up Tony Romo and Jerry Jones out putting the right tier around. I feel like Jerry Jones kind of done the same thing with. Once he paid Dak Prescott, I feel like he don't got real cheap around like putting the pieces around him now. As far as like getting the guy, I feel like once he paid Dak, it was like, okay, we paid you. Go figure this out. We're not gonna help you. Go figure it out yourself.
I think it's just a bad formula when you tell everybody that Zeke is still the focal point of your offense and your offensive line is
Yeah.
scrapped.
Yeah.
And you trade Amari Cooper for.
Considering where it once was with Tyron Smith,
Yeah.
Travis Frederick, Zach Martin.
And as the days going, that Amari Cooper trade look worse and worse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like for a 5th round.
Exactly. And I love CD, but now teams will roll over and the pressure will be on CeeDee Lamb.
And we'll see if CeeDee's really on number one.
And now you gotta. Honestly, you're really evaluating this wide receiver depth throughout preseason because a lot of these guys will have to step up.
They'll play.
James Houston not playing, or James Washington not playing, and Michael Gallup might not be ready as well.
He'll be probably back by like week 4.
Yeah.
Gallup
Also, you got
will
the
be.
other dude. Who's the other dude that? Oh, that's my dude. But he's like, we got a receiver now getting mad PT. Who's been on the team for like 4 years, mainly as a blocking receiver.
Noah Brown.
Getting major reps now.
So I mean, it's just if I'm the Cowboys, it's gonna be a very long year, I think.
Commander Carson looked pretty good too.
Hey, Sam Howell looked
He looked good,
impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
I was impressed with Sam Howell and even Baker. And the Panthers announced that, well, not officially, but reports are coming in that Baker will be the starter
It
week
seems
1.
like he hasn't separated himself though. I thought they said like he's probably gonna be the guy, but he hasn't really separated himself from Sam.
And sad thing tonight, Drew Lock sadly can't play because of
COVID.
COVID. He was gonna start. So now
And he looked better than Geno.
Yeah, I thought he looked better than Geno.
They'll probably
the first
start to
game.
start, bro.
Huh?
They'll probably get to start still.
Well, if Geno
week
is starting
one.
this week, then I think,
Yeah.
and Geno's been starting most of the offseason, I think they're probably going to lean towards Geno. I think this was a big night for Drew Lock, and sadly, he had to miss it due to COVID.
Right. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get into more preseason talk next week, but Dre and Jay, what we got on the table tonight?
Oh, God.
We did our best last week. Me and Makai did filling in for you two.
Y'all should call it Dre and Jay.
Huh?
It's a Dre and Jay segment with Makai and Alex.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, really nice.
Dre and Jay, but just not with Dre and Jay.
The spinoff, Makai and Alex.
Yeah, we're the
They're the Disney Plus series.
We're the Andor show. Pretty much we just cover Warner Brothers and what kind of a mess they're in right now.
Oh, with the Batgirl and everything?
Yeah, Batgirl, the Scoob prequel that got canceled.
Yeah, that's one I questioned. The Batgirl,
Say what you want, but what did Scoob do?
right?
Didn't bring the money, bro.
Scoob is, and also because Scooby-Doo is like one of Warner Brothers' biggest
Foundations.
that is built.
It
on.
was
Like no matter what you put out, it's gonna bring in numbers.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers changed a lot, bro. I don't know if you ever looked at. You go to the DC. If you go to the DC website,
We didn't touch on it, but this came out after we recorded. But they haven't officially greenlit the Batman 2.
Come on, bro. That shit's getting greenlit. If you don't greenlit this movie, if this movie's canceled, you have lost
all faith.
all faith. You will lose a fan in me. I will be done.
I think I would be
telling you
be on that close to there with you because
Yes.
it's one thing to cancel to scrap Batgirl, which apparently you tested it with audiences and apparently it didn't score well, but at the same time Black Adam got almost the same score as Batgirl.
$90 million budget that Batgirl had as well.
And I mean, you opened the door with Michael Keaton. You had J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gore. Like you had an A-list.
And I think those played a factor because as you see now with some of the reshoots they're doing, they're adding Ben Affleck back for Aquaman. They might be reshooting the Flash to put his Batman in more. I think they're kind of scrapping the whole Keaton idea, which I never
liked it.
Liked either. I personally wouldn't mind having Michael Keaton back, but if I'm doing a Batman Beyond universe and he's the older,
He cannot be the main Batman.
But that shit that they were saying with the Justice League of Batgirl, Supergirl, and then Michael Keaton is the Nick Fury. I was like, come on, bro.
And it wasn't Shazam and Flash. Shazam and Flash too, right?
Yeah, and Aquaman.
Yeah, it was just they got to figure. And then apparently they scrapped a bunch of Cartoon Network shows today too. From
Yeah, I heard, man. It's
I didn't watch them, but a lot of the younger people.
hey, that man Zaslav is purging, bro. He's purging.
And then apparently HBO Max is gonna merge with Discovery Plus.
Mm-hmm. Warner Brothers Discovery. Yep.
Yeah, so they got a lot to figure out.
Here's my thing. They also canceled. I think they are canceling Titans, which thank God, bro. Doom Patrol. I don't know why they canceled that. Doom Patrol's actually
I never watched Doom Patrol, but from what I heard,
it's
it
not
was a
getting
good
the views,
show.
bro. That's why I canceled. It's not getting the views.
Either way, but Titans, thank God.
Well, that's why I
That
didn't get
shit
the views
needed
like
to
that
go.
either.
I gave that series 3 seasons.
And then also they need to go out
Disappointing.
and don't they have rights to CW2 now, or it's just the characters that are in CW? Because would they have a
It's just their
say?
characters because they had the rights to have Riverdale on there. They would have Riverdale on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Riverdale, like their CW shows go to Netflix still.
So what I just want to know is if they're scrapping all these things, why is that Gotham show not been scrapped yet?
Because it's gonna do good numbers.
Yeah, and you're one of them.
And I'll tell you why.
Javon.
I'll tell you why. I just recently watched
You did not
Riverdale.
just sit there and say Titans and get the numbers.
No, let me tell you why though. There's difference. Like I watched Riverdale, right? Season 6 actually was pretty good. They actually retconned a lot of stuff, so I was happy that they did that. The difference that Gotham show they're doing isn't trying to sell us.
It's for
selling
boppy
a casual
teenagers.
person who just wants to see like some kids. Like it's kind of like a Riverdale type thing. It just has the names like Batman and Joker's daughter. It has those characters like oh I know that character, but it's not trying to go for a superhero type of storyline. It's going for more like drama teen series, which will work for it. Similar like how Riverdale does and Sabrina, which is why Riverdale's going on 7th season. Because people enjoy watching that kind of stuff. So I think this show's gonna do actually very well. I told you the same thing. I said I'm not saying it's gonna be great, but it's gonna get multiple seasons. It's gonna do very well because people are gonna be like, oh, okay, some stuff I can rock with. It's not too superhero-y. I don't have to watch all the superhero stuff to know it. It is a basic tone, a Batman, Joker's daughter, and stuff like that. The simple stuff people already know, but with different types of stuff. Like look at this trailer. This doesn't remind you of anything like that's like superhero mind. It's like more like teen, Riverdale, drama, mystery, stuff like that.
Then why don't you just make it with different characters and just make it with created characters instead of having to involve?
Well, because it's also
Batman.
it kind of brings the Gotham stuff to it. It also sells the Gotham a little. Like if you've seen Gotham, it's something you might be into. Like I can see my aunt watching this.
Man, Batman is dead. Batman over here dying.
Yeah, but
on
it's
the
not
street.
about the Bat. That's the point.
Come on,
It's not
bro.
about the Batman. It's about pushing like these other characters. Like these
It's
little,
not about the Batman.
Then why
Everything in Gotham
have
is
Batman in it?
Exactly. My point
He's
is
not.
exactly.
He's dead.
Y'all gonna watch Andor?
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for Andor.
This is gonna be
Actually-
fun.
Oh,
Kenneth.
you've turned on Andor
well,
now?
Andor-
bro. CW is gonna be popping.
Andor,
Trust me.
the
People
Andor
like
trailer
this.
looks
I'll watch it
fire.
on Netflix. When it
Like
hit
the
Netflix, I'll watch it.
previous trailer,
That's another thing.
fire. I think it's gonna be a great series. The one thing I have with Andor is like they put a lot of budget towards this,
Oh my.
but Obi-Wan and fucking Butcher Boba, where was this budget at? That
How
they're
big?
talking about
How big's the Andor budget?
Shit, I know it's more than Obi-Wan and Butcher Boba. I know that for sure.
That's a shame.
But so I'm excited to watch Andor. Like I'm gonna check it out. I think it's gonna be good. That still doesn't really sell me on the future of Star Wars moving forward,
No, it does not.
but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm all.
And
here for this.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
I'm gonna watch. Look, I'm excited for She-Hulk too. Like I think it's gonna be a good show because it's gonna be like its own thing. However, there are some things that I've seen. There was this one clip where they showed Abomination and he was talking, and it was Tim Roth's voice, and he sounds a lot like Cord. And I'm like, why the fuck did you have to change Abomination's voice? Why? I just don't get it.
I try to explain it to him. He don't understand. I'm not gonna argue with this man.
I'm excited for She-Hulk.
As far as She-Hulk, I heard. It's
I'm
good.
excited.
A lot of people say it's the best Marvel series. Which is saying a lot because I love Captain Marvel. That was Captain Marvel's my favorite.
Miss
at this point.
Marvel.
Miss Marvel, my best. Miss Marvel, probably my favorite at this point. So I'm excited for it. As far as Andor, Star Wars.
I'm kind of iffy on Andor,
When
to
it
be
comes
honest.
out, when it comes out, I'll watch it. But like Star Wars, I have no expectations for anymore as far as like the franchise. I just feel like Star Wars is it's just what it is.
I do think Andor is gonna be a lot. Like people aren't gonna expect it, or people should expect it, but it's gonna be a lot of.
It's gonna go more on the radar. It's gonna be like more like, oh, it surprised me because
Well-
nobody expected anything out of it.
Well, that, but also it's gonna involve a lot of politics, which kind of ties into the prequel trilogy.
Which
'Cause
some
the
people
prequel
love and some
trilogy,
Going because that's set after episode 3, right?
yeah. So
Which
How it
people
goes from the
like-
Republic to the Empire.
exactly, and like Javante said, people liked it, some people hated it. So it's
So
gonna
also,
be-
you're not going to it thinking like when I saw Obi-Wan's trailer, I was like, oh, it's gonna be fire. I went to it like Andor was cool, the trailer was cool, but it was like I ain't going to it thinking, oh, it's gonna be some dope I'm gonna go crazy for. So I think also expectations are mad too.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be fun. I think this will be good. I'm excited for it. I heard there's a post-credit scene in every episode. After every episode is post-credit scene.
I heard a bunch of cameos on the show, too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Heard there's a
That's
bunch of
probably why a lot of
cameos.
people are gonna
I
watch
think,
it too.
I think this is smart, man. Like I said before, I know we talk about Disney Plus shows and how you said like, oh, I wish they just did movies, but I think this is honestly the best way to get characters that are not as known and not as probably gonna make as much money in the box office, able to get them out there so people can see characters that they like or grew up on, or to see new characters.
And then bring him into like a team
Yeah,
up.
exactly. And it also helps expand the universe faster because think about it, if you just brought characters over in the movies, you can't have 10 characters in every movie. You can't just bring 10, 15 cameos in every movie. So it gives you a chance to establish these characters. So when you do want to build this universe, which you are doing, you're able to build it a lot faster, a lot bigger because you're able to do different things with it, with these shows. So I'm all here for it. Seeing my man Wong again's dope. But I'm excited for the show. I'm definitely ready to check it out. Can't wait to watch the first episode. So,
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I dig it.
Quick note.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say quick note back to Warner Brothers real
Okay,
quick
go ahead.
because Dwayne Johnson. I gotta talk about Dwayne, man. So apparently, like he wanted to keep Black Adam out of Shazam because he thought it would be a disservice to the character. And a lot of shit that he's saying about Black Adam, I'm just like, it feels now like to me, even when it comes to like the excitement for Black Adam, I'm more excited for seeing Dr. Fate and the rest of the fucking Justice Society more than I am towards seeing
Why is
Black
that,
Adam.
brother?
Because I feel like Dwayne Johnson, he's putting more of his ego into the role rather than actually.
Bro,
Are you saying, do you feel like Dwayne doesn't really? I don't want to say doesn't understand the character, but do you think he's more focused on The Rock than
That's what
Black Adam?
Pretty much.
But I don't want to hear that from you because he's always been that. He was out with Fast and Furious. That's why Fast and Furious he wanted out. He wanted to do his own thing. He said, "I want my Hobbs and Shaw." He's always.
I know, but I'm saying seeing it now, like hearing him talk about it now and seeing the interviews and shit. I'm just like, okay, like because personally, if it was his choice, he probably would have Black Adam be the big bad of the fucking DC.
Exactly.
When Black Adam is not.
But my point is that you're talking about a guy who's been. The Rock's been the biggest star in Hollywood since what 2014. He's been that star guy. He's been wanting to do movies and be the soulful. Wait, you disagree?
No, I was gonna say like, isn't that a good thing that he wants to be a big guy?
No, he wants to be like, but The Rock sees himself as bigger than any role he does. That's why Fast and Furious, why him and the cast didn't get along, which is why he said, "Oh, I'm not joining y'all no more." But then when he did the Hobbs and Shaw solo movie where he could be the star, my point is that's how he is. He just don't forget he's also a former wrestler. My point is this is how he is, so you shouldn't be surprised by him personally being like, "I'm The Rock, like I'm bigger than this character."
What I'm saying is, think about Black Adam. Does he even have the accent?
He's been trying to be back out since a kid, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, does he even have the accent?
Was he on board for this?
Does he have the pointy ears or the hair?
How things have changed. Was he on board for this a couple months ago?
No.
He changed up, kid.
I still am for this movie. I still am excited. But if there is one thing I had a critique about it, I just wish The Rock would sell more into Black Adam and not be too much of, oh, how can I make this about me? Like,
That's
how
The
can I
Rock,
make this about The
though.
Rock?
It's always about, you ever see
Instead of the character.
DeAndre, even when he does the promo for the Black Adam, he's literally in the gym with the Rock Under Armour t-shirts, making sure he show off the product. He's always been about him. That's how he is. Not saying it's a bad thing. That's just who he is.
We like Fast and Furious. We know this world you're talking
I knew
about.
this guy. I know
This is why he left.
Back. This is why Vin Diesel said, "Brother, we need you to come back." He said,
Uncle
no.
Dwayne. This is why.
Hell
Ken,
no.
let me ask you, don't you wish he would have at least tried to be more like the Black Adam that's in the comics? Like, with the accent or just with the pointy ears or the hair, anything like that.
Man, that,
Yeah, but I know it's still gonna do justice.
And
But
also,
that's fair. That's
also
fair. If
adds
it
that-
like, I'm not saying the movie won't. I'm just saying right now, if it was up to me personally, I would have wanted it more to lean more
But
towards
DeAndre,
the Black Adam that I've seen in the video games, the comics, you know.
But
like
that's why I
something like
also
that.
tell you when you grab big name actors, you have to be careful. Which is why when Marvel grabbed Robert Downey Jr., it was like, okay, Robert Downey Jr. was coming off some lawsuits, jail, all that kind of stuff. So when he came in, hey, there was no big ego or no personality. It was just, hey, I'm here to do the role. I'm gonna see what I can do and stuff like that. The Rock has the ego, bro. He's the biggest star in Hollywood. It's not like, it's different than when Chris Evans or like Chris Hemsworth, these unknown guys. These guys are like lower tier actors. You got The Rock at his peak, at his prime.
it's true.
I mean,
It's similar to why Christian Bale, when Christian Bale joined the Thor movie, I was like, Christian Bale's kind of like, Christian Bale. It's kind of hard to put him in a role and say, hey.
And not to mention, Christian Bale is kind of more of a, I won't say like old school actor, but he's a guy who puts a lot more effort into his acting and, like the actual art of
Yeah.
theater acting rather than like, you're going to put on these green dots, but get behind the screen and you're just going to have to act it out. You know what I mean?
I feel
But
like-
he came in and killed it as Gore.
But my thing is like The Rock, like he wants The Rock. He wants Black Adam to be the big bad of the DCU. Like he wants the DCU to be built on Black Adam.
He's The Rock,
and
bro.
I'm just like,
He wants to be the
but that's
star.
not how it works. That's not
This
how
is
Black
what he
Adam
wanted at
works.
Fast
But
and
guys,
Furious.
That's
what
not
he
how
want.
that's not how Black Adam works.
That's
Black
not.
Adam
That's
works.
what.
But that's how Dwayne Johnson works.
That's
like
how Dwayne Johnson.
he came in.
Family. He didn't want.
He came in and said, "Hey, Vin Diesel, I know you started this franchise.
Okay,
And
but I'm
I
still-
know you're like the main character and all, but
Of
like,
course, like I know it's gonna happen because it's The Rock. But still, am I okay with like as far as from a comic book fan and like perspective of that, seeing Black Adam be the big bad?
No, for
of the
sure.
DC.
No, it
Like, come
shouldn't
on,
be.
bro. Black Adam. That's not even a
He
fucking.
helps out-
That's not even a Justice League job.
Right.
All I need to call up is Superman,
But
Hey,
Johnny,
if you
that's
want,
what
give me
happens.
Shazam.
That's what
it.
happens when you get a top tier actor at his peak of his power and tell him, "Hey, we want you to be the Black Adam." He's thinking, "Hey, you know what? I can carry this whole franchise. I want the right. I carry the whole thing. I would love to be a part of the whole franchise, be the big bad of everything."
He's-
Why is it that The Rock doesn't want to be in any Shazam movie? Why? Because what happens in a Shazam movie? Shazam has to defeat Black Adam. He doesn't want to fucking go down. He doesn't want his
That's
character
just,
to end.
well, also Shazam ain't that guy either. Like if it was Superman, that's a different story. Shazam's also considered like tier 2 type of character.
Like
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
As far as like movie quality,
Yeah.
anyway, Shazam,
Yeah.
like, you know. I know. Hey, Johnny,
I know. I
gotta
get what
understand.
we get what you're
We
saying.
knew that guy. We knew who that guy was before he got the role. He got the role.
Like
We
the
knew-
the moment he joined Fast and Furious and said, "Hey, Vin Diesel, I know you started this and you're like the guy, but I want to be the guy."
Yeah.
Take a step
Which is
back.
why, hey, look, I ain't here.
Which is why.
Toot Marvel's horn, but I got something to say. Go ahead,
And I'm
go
not.
ahead.
And I'm not here. I'm not here to like change my stance on Black Adam. I'm still excited for the
No,
movie.
no, I'm
I'm
not-
still.
I
I'm,
understand.
I think
Yeah,
the action
no.
is going to be incredible. I'm excited to see the Justice Society. That was probably my favorite thing that I was hyping up about this movie. Seeing Dr. Fate in live
Mhm.
action. And I think The Rock physically looks imposing as Black Adam.
Right.
However, as far as the characteristics, like how the character is, I mean that's something that I'm gonna have to see in the film.
Yeah.
Will I see will he actually put in a little effort into becoming Black Adam,
No.
or will I just be watching?
You're watching the Rock.
You're watching The
You are
Rock.
watching the Rock. That's who
Wearing-
you're watching.
You're watching
will
The
I be
Rock.
watching The Rock
Go.
wearing a Black Adam
What's that
costume?
movie he did the weather movie where he had to say when he was the helicopter guy? The
San Andreas.
San Andreas. He's the Rock in that.
Yeah,
He's the Rock being the
in every
Rock.
movie.
But I will say this though, I got two Marvel's horn real quick. I didn't get a chance to do it. I got two Marvel's. Kevin Feige, hello, can you hear me?
Hey, he toots Marvel's horn now until they cast Giancarlo Esposito as Professor
I
X.
change up subject. Hey, look.
It's a different
You
day.
got your oldest shoot the Rock. Stop. This is one thing about Marvel I gotta show respect and love to. They always, when they cast these big name actors, these actors always come in knowing my ego has to go out the door. I gotta come in and take a role. Kurt Russell, all these top tier, Robert Downey Jr. at this point, or
I mean,
even
Matt
Michael B.
Damon.
Jordan, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon's in the Thors,
damn-
and he's a joke in the movie, but he
exactly, he's a
understands
side
that.
piece. Tom Hill, all these top tier characters they got, all these top tier actors. Everybody comes in, knows we're here for a bigger purpose. Your ego has to go out the door, and Marvel does a great job at doing that, and I love that. DC, I need to get on board with that because the Rock. I'm not saying everybody, like Ben Affleck, I think does a great job. I think Henry Cavill, all those guys. I think the Rock is at that peak of his powers, where it's like, hey, y'all come to see the Rock. You ain't come to see Black Adam. You came to see the Rock.
And let me just say, like
Play Black Adam.
like when all the drama came out between Vin Diesel and The Rock, I could have told you that was gonna happen.
Oh, it's funny because now I'm actually thinking
you
back.
seeing it?
Now, I'm
Now
like-
you're seeing it,
now I'm
right?
like, you know what? Dwayne might have been the problem. I always
You-
used
you
to-
see-
I
well,
always used
that's
to-
the Furious.
Do you see?
I always used to think it was Vin's. It was Vin that was the problem. But
No,
hey,
like it's
Bro, I knew he was a problem when he went and did a Hobbs and Shaw. He said, "I'm not joining that movie." He
yeah,
went
like
to Hobbs and Shaw.
he left. He left. After Fate of the Furious, kind of like we don't know what happens to Hobbs, and then
But even The Rock, like he doesn't even know what character he's playing in Fast and Furious. Because how you go from the fifth movie where you over here talking like you got a southern accent, talking about get that some bitch or something like that, and now you see him now in these movies, and it's just completely
He
different.
over in Hawaii with the family and stuff, doing the
Yeah.
damn chants and stuff. That's what I'm saying. The Rock is bigger than any performance, any role he takes. He's The Rock.
I'll tell you what, The Rock. Hey, I'll tell you one thing: The Rock will not do. He will not have a black wife in any of his movies, or some black children. Them
Very
children
true.
will be white,
Hey, look,
mixed.
I get it. I
Ain't
get The
dry.
Rock, bro. The Rock did the Scorpion King, which I love the Scorpion King, but a lot of people hate that movie. He did a lot of bad movies. Doom.
the Hercules movie.
Doom.
Oh,
Doom. That's all we gotta
Doom,
say.
yeah,
He
Doom-
did Doom.
Doom was
I
probably the
understand why that man
worst.
feels the way he feels now because he was down at the bottom when he did Doom and stuff. Receded hairline, all kinds of stuff was going on. The Rock's the guy now. Respect
Wasn't
to
the movie
Rock.
where he's climbing up the tower?
Oh,
Sky-
that's,
Skyscraper?
Skyscraper.
That's what Neve
yeah.
Campbell, bro. That's what Johnny's talking about. He's talking about white women.
Yep.
Yep.
White wife. Every movie.
I
Not
don't
every
know.
movie, is it? Well, he said he want to be Meg the Stallion's pet.
Just like Zoe.
He did
just
say-
like Zoe Saldana. So after Drumline, Zoe Saldana.
You know, you got some damn nerve.
White man every
You
movie.
got some nerve. You know what I would have for you. Why you always trying to fool the cameras, bro?
What are you talking about?
You love some Zendaya. Zendaya ain't never messed with no brothers.
I'm
And you
talking,
love
I'm talking
Zendaya.
about for the movies. Like,
They do it in real life and the movies. So they're doing both real life and the films.
Okay.
They ain't never did no brothers, bro.
And
Guys, I love Mr. Dead, bro. I'm my dream woman. Sorry, bro. She only like the Tom Holland, a man from Euphoria, white boy.
she's only one out of my list of dream women. Ana de Armas. That's another
She's
one.
the exception to the rule.
Zazie Beats.
Oh, back to the point. I got something to say actually. Sorry,
Zoe Kravitz.
All right, DeAndre. All right. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz. Batman. Okay, yeah. She don't date no black men either. Nice. You found another one, didn't
No,
she?
she dated,
She dated Channing Tatum right now.
She dated Drake for a little bit.
No, she did not date Drake.
She messed with Drake.
No, she did not.
Yes.
And she did. Drake don't count, bro. Drake different. He like you got a light skin.
Different.
You went as light skin you could get.
Oh, okay.
They tried. I love me some Drake. Though. Shout out to the Champagne Poppy OVO. No, I'll say shout out to also recently we actually been we did a trailer reaction to Final Summer, a horror movie coming out. And the director and the cast have been very like supportive and loving. They sent in posters and they sent us actually the film early to watch it and review it. We got our own little red carpet thing going on now.
For real?
Yeah.
Look at you guys.
He actually did shout a couple times now, DeAndre, and
Yeah.
like say like, "Hey guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Check out the trailer and stuff, and love just to." And actually, he wants to do a Zoom with us, so we're gonna do an interview with him and stuff like that. It's just been dope. So we just
Look at you two.
Yeah, that horror content be hitting. So, and we love horror. I love horror. So I'm excited to watch it this weekend. Johnny's probably going to rip it, but he still do the interview. But I'm just happy to, see the channel grow and almost 600 and see like people showing love like Final Summer and
Death battles that people have been loving.
yeah, I'm hoping this Final Summer blow up, bro. If this becomes like the next Halloween type franchise, we're going to be like part of the Pioneer friends. We're going to be part of the Pioneers. Be at all the red carpet events. We'll invite y'all. We'll bring kids and Al, you come too, bro.
Hey, look at that.
And Johnny's probably going to pull up with Zendaya. Try to pull up with Zendaya.
Yeah.
That is. I am happy for you. That is something truly cool to hear and
Yeah, it's
see.
pretty dope, bro. I'm surprised he actually sent deals because Johnny sometimes be on some other stuff when it comes to the horror content. Johnny be over here.
What are you talking about?
He be wilding sometimes when it comes to
On
his,
what?
on the horror review. Sometimes he be
On
on some
what?
wild stuff.
On what?
I don't know. Sometimes I gotta check you sometimes, DeAndre. You be a
That's-
little
On what?
That's cool though. I'm excited for
No,
that.
yeah,
That
can't wait to watch
is
this weekend.
truly like I've seen you guys from the beginning to that's awesome to see.
Yeah, man. I'm about to put the red carpet at the house. I'm gonna go buy a red carpet, put that load all the way up, and dress real nice and stuff like we're going to premiere.
Yeah,
Take some
man.
pictures and walk in and watch the movie.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome, and honestly, I mean, I'm hoping that we can see the same growth from this channel. I mean, I know it takes a while. I was a person like I was when I first started. I was thinking, damn, bro. Like I told them these subscribers ain't coming.
No,
might need to give up.
Why I tell you?
And I was like, hey, and it's funny because like I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat. Like I have like 400, 500 followers, and I'm like. I see like 300 people view my story. I'm like, oh, okay, none of y'all motherfuckers can subscribe. All right, fuck
Johnny
y'all
was
too
horrible,
then.
bro. I used to be playing the game, chill in the room and stuff, bro. He used to
I can
bust
see
in my room.
I can see the other taking
Yeah.
it pretty
He was
hard.
horrible, bro. I used to be playing the game, chilling. Johnny busted my room. Man, fuck them, man. We ain't got no subscribers, bro. All these friends of mine, bro, they ain't been supporting me and shit. All this kind of stuff. I'm like, bro, it takes time, bro. You gotta find the audience stuff like that, bro. This takes time. I literally told I said, DeAndre, after you get the first 100, bro, it's gonna start moving quicker.
Yeah.
No, bro, fuck that, bro. I'm done, man. I'm tired of putting this content, making these videos, editing and all that shit. And eventually, after the first 100, you hit 200, you hit 300. Everything moves fast. Like we just hit 500 like 2 weeks ago. Now we're almost at 600. Like it moves fast once you hit that first 100. So I tried to explain it to him. I said, yeah, it's a process, but you gotta grow. Like think about how many people you watch. You tell me people do you watch their videos, but you don't subscribe right away. I know I was playing people. I still watch their videos, but I don't subscribe right away. It takes time. We had to build our audience and build our
Facts.
community that we want to rock with. So
For sure.
Facts.
but they've been great. Our community, shout out to our community on Dre and Jay, man. Y'all been amazing on the comments. You just been supportive and stuff. Always sending new links of new stuff to check out. And upcoming stuff we got coming out. I know it's kind of early still. Dre and Jay, Spooky Hours, After Hours, where we do a lot more horror content. Halloween time. I love Halloween. I love horror movies. He loves horror movies. So we do a lot of horror movies. We want to do a lot for the channel, like just watching different things, doing reviews on stuff. So a lot of stuff coming for the channel. Don't want to promote too much on the channel because we doing other things here too. But
Then eventually we want to start doing some reactions to actual like shows instead of like trailers, but actual like shows like let's say She-Hulk.
Game
Like,
of Thrones. Game of Thrones
full
come out this
reaction
Sunday
Game of
actually, but Game of
Thrones,
Thrones might be one.
Right.
But we'll probably wait till we hit 1,000 to do that. Start doing that, but we want to do reactions to actual shows and movies and every now and then. Maybe even set up a Twitch account. So, stream.
Well, and I will make the announcement too that since
Hey.
we're all making announcements. Well, this isn't
you got
really that
one
big. I got one. It's nothing too crazy.
Go ahead.
Nothing too great. It involves the show. As you guys know, we've had a lot of people come on throughout this show. We have 3 people locking it in. We have a rotation going on to bring in new people every week. Tony's gonna come back.
Nice.
Makai will be here full time. Well, not full time. He'll be part of it. And my friend Nicholas, who's on the very first episode of the Final Drive like 4 years ago. He was on for the first couple months. He's gonna come back. They all bring something a little different. Well, we all do. So we're gonna rotate for the listeners, for the viewers. Every week will be somebody different. So nothing.
Tony's finna come back like I ain't seen Tony in a minute. Tony's finna come back like Jordan, bro. Out of retirement, dropping 40 again. I ain't Tony in a minute, especially with the Cowboys.
We don't have a Cowboy fan here.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're kind of slacking a little bit.
Well, Makai really isn't a Cowboy fan anymore. Nah, he's not a Cowboy fan.
And I was thinking about a segment from Makai, bro. I thought about a segment. I thought about how like I could see Makai do like a segment like this, like our own "Come On, Man." But instead with Makai, you need your ass beat moments. Every week of football, somebody on this
Maybe during the season we could do
yeah,
that.
Top 5, you need your ass beat moments. Whether it's basketball, football, I can see him doing it. I thought I can see Makai doing that, bro.
I also want to play a game with Makai called Baker or who else, like just put
Or Kyler
Baker over any quarterback and see which one he pits.
I can't wait till. Hey, are you liking Hard Knocks? I know
Yeah.
you're out of it pretty soon. You liking it? I'm enjoying it.
I'm
too.
enjoying it.
I told you I did in the mid-season. I ain't with the Cardinals for the mid-season, but I'm curious to see Kyler playing on Twitch.
Stop.
Playing the game on Twitch.
I really do love the Lions, seeing them. Dan Campbell.
We're all over the place now.
It's a good story. We're all over. Yeah, but it's okay. So,
We're just rolling.
what was I gonna say?
What was
I
your?
gotta
Let me
call
ask you
Kenneth
real
out
quick.
too,
What
real
was your
quick.
favorite moment from these
Yeah, I
first
gotta
two
call you
episodes
out,
of
bro.
Hard Knocks?
I gotta call you out, bro. I'm
Uh,
coming back to you.
It's either Jamal Williams' speech
Mhm.
after practice. No, it's definitely Jamal Williams' speech.
Okay.
I was gonna say Aiden doing singing
Michael
to
Jackson, Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, but no, it's Jamal Williams in the first episode.
I gotta go with Deuce versus Aaron Glenn. That shit was funny. Like that was honestly, that is how people talk when they play Madden against each other.
I feel like when we do flag football, I feel like that's how you two are gonna be.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can see
sure,
that.
bro. I'm like Odell Beckham. I just put the work in, bro. All right, Johnny might get around because Johnny said he can hold me. I said, Johnny, I'm gonna give you about 1-2. I'm gonna get you a quick 1-2 move.
Hey,
I'm out.
Alice seen me when I was playing at UNT. Shit.
Hey, this dude right here is a god. I'm like Jay Witt.
I don't be boosting this.
Actually, no, correction. I'm like the fat version of Michael Thomas.
And I'm not even talking about from when I was playing safety. I'm talking about when I was playing running back.
The check down
I was
god.
talking about when I was playing safety though.
Johnny,
Oh, he was locked down as a
I'll
safety.
cook DeAndre.
Well,
Bro.
he
was
go
lo-
play
he was
safety.
locked-
You can't hold me
Stop.
one-on-one. Go play safety. You can't guard me at corner.
Stop.
You don't be able to hop at corner and play me. Go
Corner,
play safety.
bro,
bro.
I could play you at corner too.
Johnny, I'm gonna hit you with such a double move, bro.
Javonte,
You gonna get hurt.
my
You gonna hurt your
God.
hamstring. Not be able to play for 2 weeks.
Javonte, okay, what are you? You are almost 10 years past your prime. I'm only 5 years past mine.
Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Bro, Judge, I will cook you. I'll cook you in the back. I'll cook you in the backyard. Couple like last year, I was cooking you in the backyard. Only some easy little routes.
When?
We were outside throwing the ball.
You weren't cooking shit.
Okay.
And the only reason why you started catching it because I couldn't see it. You could see in the dark. I couldn't see.
I'm a true receiver. I can catch
pitch black
anything.
at night.
You can't
Bro,
catch.
I can't
He's not
see
a true
it.
receiver. He can't catch.
I
at
don't
night.
have. Okay, I'm
Who
sorry.
catches at night?
Me, Jerry Rice catch that night, catching bricks.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, you gotta catch a brick. I was gonna smack you in the face.
You just
Hey,
not. Hey, you
catch
not,
the ball
You
at all
nocturnal.
costs.
You can catch at night, but I bet. Hey, during the day you can't.
I'm like that, bro. You gonna put some respect on my name?
Okay, hey, we gonna see. I already have a practice laid out. I mean, first couple minutes.
You get your wife to play?
No,
Come on, bro.
no, she's not.
Why
gonna
not?
play.
We honestly need some girls right now because they
Yeah, we ain't looking too good right
dropping
now.
Oh, they
out.
drop out?
Yeah, a bunch of them. The only girl we have right now available is his girlfriend and my sister. In our
That's
sister.
2. How many do you need to play?
3
We need 3
every week.
Oh, every play has to be 3, right?
Yeah.
First, I dressed somebody at the Jawana.
How many
man.
are on the field?
8. So 5 guys,
Oh.
3 girls.
That's a lot more than
First, I dressed
UNT.
somebody at the Jawana man.
Yeah,
bro.
if
Make it
any
work.
of you guys listeners are in the DFW area and want to play
Females.
some, and yeah, females primarily, and want to play flag football,
You gotta pay too. It's not free, now.
Yeah, it's $55
You buy 50 people pull up.
entrance.
It's free.
Yeah, $55 entrance. We play Wednesdays, anytime from 6:30 to 9:30.
Worst come worst, we'll dress up DeAndre as a woman and then we'll out there. And
Nah, I think
ball
he's
out.
more believable. So yeah,
Be
if you want to
Foster,
sell it.
bro. Get that one-on-one coverage with a woman, bro.
Yeah, if you want to play, let us know, man. Let us know down below if you want to play. or-
Comment,
Yeah, there you go.
comment away. We can contact you and we'll get you signed up pretty quick.
Exactly.
For sure. Ken, I gotta low-key call you out, bro. I heard you got the sponsor. Shout out to the sponsors. I know we talked at the beginning of the video. I was gonna say at the beginning of the video, but now it's the time. I need to tell you my address so I can get my check, my royalties, with a royalties check. Bro, we didn't get the Sour Kids. We get the Sour Kids lined up yet? The Sour Kids candy? They ain't lined us up yet?
I was actually looking at that, but no, not yet.
Hey.
You get it though.
Oh yeah.
They were doing a collab with like Warrior or something.
Where's the Dre and J hot takes, man? You gotta give us some subjects to talk about.
He's done with us, bro. He's too big time for us now.
Yeah, I
I'm just
know.
playing. I'm just playing.
I gotta rework it, like, because I've been focused on the other system. stuff and getting those.
Yeah, no, you good, bro.
Yeah, that's all.
Did John Dre Predator? Did anybody watch Prey?
I did.
Hey,
It's very
It's
good.
really
it's fire, bro. You don't have Hulu?
It's worth it.
Oh, it is on Hulu.
It's
He said
worth
wait for
it.
The bootleg. It's on Hulu, bro. It's
It's worth it.
Fire. Best,
right there
best
with
one's
the
is
original. Yeah,
Yep.
really good.
They heard a lot of stuff. They said that the Reem brought back the franchise.
Takes back to the. You know why, bro? Simplest of things. Same thing Star Wars could do. Just go back to the basics.
It's Predator versus Prey.
Sometimes the most simple things, bro, work best. You know how we gotta go. Top Gun's the same way. Top Gun. I heard that's. I didn't watch Top Gun the second one, but I know people love it.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, basic. Yeah, I know. It's been coming. I was like, yeah, it's still in theaters, but now coming out. But
Yep.
nah, man.
So,
Shout out AB.
so to recap real quick,
Oh, go ahead.
DeAndre Javante interviewed a big time director for a horror movie on their channel.
Yes, Final Summer, which I'm excited about. 'Cause I
Excited
love
about that for you
vibe.
boys.
Thank
As
you.
a longtime supporter, I'm glad to see it pay off for you guys.
Appreciate it.
Don't want to brag. I think I'm your biggest fan. I've won 2 of their contests. So.
Yes, yeah. Which I still didn't give you that $50 vending.
It's rigged. Not this
I am on the I am the biggest fan of Dre and Jay. I like to think
I
that
lie, bro.
I like to think the A in between you two stands for me.
When I pulled the
Yes.
Dave out, I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, I was like, that's Alex.
Oh, really? I said that. Oh, really?
I mean, look. For anyone saying that the contest is rigged, let's just put it like this: Alec has a 33% chance of winning the past 2 times because only 3 people actually have signed up for the contest. Which all you have to do
Hey,
is
pretty
share.
sure he ain't gonna win no more. When they start getting thousands of subscribers, he ain't gonna win no more.
Yeah.
you
Not
don't
saying
know
I
that.
want you to win. You can try to win.
I'm a
But,
big,
but hey, the more subscribers, like 1,000, I'm probably gonna do is the $100 Amazon gift card. I'll probably start auctioning off some Marvel Legend shit. Like that'll be a giveaway, So eventually down the road.
2 for 2. So I'm just gonna we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go for 3 for 3 next time.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
3 for 3, baby.
Nah, I'm gonna make sure I take him out. Oh man, I did win. Sorry, bro. That was
Yeah.
fun.
No, you're gonna put my name and go. Hey, we're gonna
Redraw.
retake.
Yep.
No, but they're gonna interview for the I already forgot the name of the movie. What is it?
Final
again?
Summer.
Final Summer. I forgot.
It's like a Friday the 13th, but like
It feels like Friday 13th / Sleepaway Camp.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a independent horror film.
Very throwback vibe. I love horror films in general, so I'm gonna probably enjoy it. I can enjoy any horror film, like Bye Bye Man and stuff like that. But
Yeah, like he thinks movies like that are good, but me, I'm like
they're fun. That's just the horror.
there's
horror
a
genre.
level where I will say, okay, this is good. This
Right.
shit was ass.
Hey, no lie though. For another video, I know I'm not putting out all the hints. We got a video coming up pretty soon. Not probably a couple weeks from now, something like that. We're gonna do this Michael versus Jason fan film, which is amazing. Because I want to get. He told me he watched it. He never watched it. You know, we got a different opinion. I think Jason's better than Michael. He thinks Michael better than Jason. So it's gonna be fun. Should be a great time.
Wait, who thinks Michael's better than Jason? Yeah, Michael's better than Jason.
Jason's the greatest.
Jason, sure, I think would kill Michael, but like Michael
Doesn't die.
is just
Jason's-
better, like as far as just
No, he is not.
his films.
He is
just
not.
enjoy-
We can talk about that.
I
off the camera
enjoy
because
Halloween
We're gonna be on a
films.
rant for another 15 minutes.
I enjoy the Halloween
You'll
films
get me
more
hot,
than I
bro.
enjoy Jason films.
That's fine, but as far as the better, I said the better slasher, not the better movie.
Oh,
Slasher.
then, yeah, Jason.
Okay, then. You agree?
Jason has a lot better kills. Yeah.
And just he has more forgettable movies than
Man, I like me some Jason.
Halloween. Well, no, actually, no. Halloween has some pretty forgettable
That's what
ones.
I'm
Never
saying.
mind.
Wait, which one? Wait, so you're saying Halloween has more forgettable than Jason?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jason's all at least.
Well, also, Halloween has like 3 different timelines.
No, I'm saying at least Jason all is one timeline.
Yeah.
But like, which Halloween movie is forgettable? I mean, I know everybody says
5.
the third one.
5. No, that's actually a good movie. It's just not a Michael Myers movie. 5. 6 people. Well, 6,
Wait, 5. You talking about Revenge?
Yeah, Revenge. Nobody talk about 5 like that.
The one where they have
good.
the reality
it's not.
contest in the house.
8.
Oh, that's 8.
That's true. Yeah,
That's fire,
8.
bro. I like
5.
that shit. Hey, Busta Rhymes, come on, man.
That's a problem. 8 and
You
5.
can't be Michael Myers.
Oh, Michael Myers.
8 and 5.
Michael Myers. Michael Myers isn't a person. Michael Myers is a killer shark.
8 and 5.
Hey, yo, Michael.
I like how he's doing all this, and the real one is just like,
Hey, look at him.
Yep.
and he just walks on like, you know what?
8,
He can live.
8,
Oh,
5, and
man.
6. Those are the most forgettable ones.
8, 5, and 6.
Yeah, to most people.
6 is forgettable.
5 is
That's
too.
the one with Paul.
I
Rudd,
hate
right?
5.
Yeah.
You like 5?
I like 5. 5 is good,
Bro, 5. Lily killed off the babysitter, or killed off her older sister.
Yes.
They end up using the man in the shadow, the black man in the shadow that shoots up the damn cop
At the
station.
very end, yes.
I don't like that either way. And how he
Yeah.
got the costume. Let's also be honest. Some of Michael Myers costumes be looking whack. Some of the masks be looking bad.
Yeah.
You ever know H2O was a CGI mask? You ever notice that?
Wait, H2O
It's
was?
a CGI mask.
I did not fucking know that.
You can notice it.
Yeah.
There's a scene you actually can catch it, but I'll show you it. But yeah, it's H.
Huh, I
and
did not know
4 or 5 he has the shoulder pads on, which is why y'all like stiff. And 4 he's stiff. I like 4 though, but 5, yeah, Jason always looks consistent.
True. Okay.
That's it, boys. Bodied.
Recap one more time. Tony, Makai, and Nicholas will be part of the rotation for the show. Excited about that. Check out their channel for their interview whenever that drops. It's gonna be excited to
Nice.
watch.
So we're gonna be all going off. Everybody comes every other week, something like that.
I'm gonna make depending on everyone's schedule, I'm gonna get it figured out and just rotate
Okay,
everybody,
cool.
myself included.
Why you gotta say that part?
Well, because it's only fair that I get rotated in and out like everyone else.
Well, then who's gonna manage?
Yeah,
the
who's
show?
gonna host?
I'll
gonna
coach up.
host?
Then I'll coach up the next one.
Oh, God.
Probably one of you two.
Nah, I like to argue too much. I can't host, bro. I'll stay on one topic the whole
I know,
time.
okay.
Since I'm DeAndre, we won't never move
Yeah.
on. We'll be on one topic the whole time.
I'll have Kenneth just flash up the topic on the
Like,
screen,
kid,
and then that's when you know you gotta
like, kid,
change.
you go and turn that off. I'm gonna stay here for a while. DeAndre be over here saying some nonsense again. I gotta stay here for a
We're gonna
second.
come to the end of the show. We're gonna be like, oh shit.
We're gonna be on about 4
It's a
hours.
2-hour talk about Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, but they're gonna be in. I'm excited to have them come aboard. Excited for all the growing that's going on here. You guys, Sourkidsproductions, always love to see it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So
Yeah, no, it's been great, bro. I enjoy the process. Enjoy the
much love to all you three.
Yeah. Much love to you guys. I'm glad to be on the show ever since you invited me. What, 2-3 years ago?
It was a
During,
long
winter
time ago.
break.
Yeah,
I literally just commented on one of y'all's videos and
I was like, you know what? Let me bring you aboard.
Yeah,
Also, it's just big because like there was a period, not to get too off track with me and Tony, but there was a period where nobody could come on consistently.
Mhm.
It was just me and Tony for a long time, and then you came and we were like, we finally have a third, and then you brought Javante and we were like, we finally have 4.
Oh yeah.
That works.
Y'all needed me on here because DeAndre be getting out of line. I see. I didn't watch the video like that beforehand. I got
So-
on here. I know how he gets on the line. I know how he gets on the line at the house. And now, y'all needed me from day one. I should have came on with y'all. Came on day one because somebody had to keep it in check. Somebody had to keep him in check.
What? I need to keep you in check.
You both keep each other in
Yeah.
check.
No.
is what it
He'll
is.
keep me. I keep him in check.
No,
I
keep
son
you in
him.
check.
Y'all ain't get something by me.
If anything, ever since we had Javante, I've seen more dick riding on this
Yeah,
show.
you lose. You just lost kids. Your
especially with
kids
Mark.
ain't rocking with you no more after what you said. You literally go back on your words these
On
days.
what? Did I
The
really
black
go
ass.
back on my words?
You go back on your
Did
words.
I
You really
really
change.
go back on my words?
You didn't go back. It's just
How excited was he when we did the trailer over here? He was all, Black Adam looks so good. That's the next DC movie. Boy, I got it for DC.
I feel like you might be overanalyzing.
Ooh.
I said, look, I think the movie
love
is
the
gonna be
DC on
fire.
DC
I'm
crime.
just thinking like, hey man, I wish The Rock would have put a little bit.
He's changing up on you, kid. Yeah, he's changing up now.
It's like slowly changing.
And just hit.
Ooh.
Look at you.
Okay, so you're telling me after what The Rock said about, I want to make Black Adam the focal point of the DC. You telling me that
Well,
should be the plan?
The reason that, I'll be honest, the reason that I don't have a problem with it is because DC's been lacking. So to have somebody step in and say, look, I want to step it up, I don't mind.
Hey, Tid,
That's
basically
facts, though.
He said, we don't know where the fuck we going anyway. We have no direction.
He
I have no
said.
problem with nobody
He
saying
said Dwayne ain't the
that. And don't you
stepfather.
love this
He's the
dynamic?
father that stepped
Yeah.
up. That's what he's saying.
Terrify's happy with me
Look,
right now.
I say fuck Dwayne because you
I
know
done
what?
called the
I
rim.
said,
I
the
done called
same,
the rim.
I said the same thing in my CVM talk because fuck this guy because Dwayne had the audacity on San Diego Comic-Con when people were asking him about Henry Cavill. Will Black Adam fight Superman in the future? And he's like, like he just gave that vague answer like, we'll see. I would love to fight him or like in the near future and all that shit. And then tell me why the end of Super Pets, there's an end credit scene where it's Black Adam and his fucking dog, which Black Adam usually doesn't have a fucking dog, but okay, let's add him. Black Adam has a dog similar to Crypto that's just a black, like, it's black, all black. Very cool, though. Very cool how it looks. Anyway, you see the shadow of Black Adam, and it resembles Dwayne Johnson from the DC universe. So you have Black Adam's dog,
what you
voiced
wanted.
by Dwayne Johnson, and then you have Crypto, voiced by Dwayne Johnson.
Saw good marketing.
I've been trying to do this role since 2006. So if it was me personally, I've been trying to do this role for so long. I finally get in that position.
Take any opportunity.
Yeah, bro.
Hey.
You want to be in this movie?
Let's also add this to it too. This man come from WWE. Vince McMahon, promo as much as you can. 3 characters? Yeah. Hey.
But is he really caring about the DC universe in general, or is he just caring about himself?
I broke the Uncle Kev. I broke it, the Uncle Kev.
Say somebody in direction and be like, you just can't do this.
This is a victory for Javante.
They don't have that guy though to put people in check. They don't have the Uncle Kev to tell these people, "Hey, you ain't gonna be putting this out there. You ain't gonna be doing that."
But
Praise Uncle Kev.
Will they find someone that can actually tell Dwayne The Rock Johnson, "Hey, you can't do this. Black Adam can't be this. Black Adam can't do that.
Bro.
He can't be that."
But if he respects the character, and we don't know that until we see the movie, if he respects it like he says he does, then
Okay.
Javante is loving the chaos, but
Oh, Kevin's speaking to me literally right now in my ear. He's telling me, "You did good today. You did good, young Padawan." Good.
And the only thing I got to say to that is, what if Uncle Kev cast Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X?
We already talking about that right now. I got
Which
him.
one
We
we talking
have
about,
a meeting. We have a meeting in Calabasas next week. We're gonna be talking about that. Soon.
Hey, well then. Oh, Uncle Kev can do no wrong.
Uncle Kev to do that, he would have to send me about. I need a hat like you know how Uncle Kev always has a new hat for every Marvel movie. I need a new hat sent to my house for every movie and every show that comes out. I also need to have a real meeting with the whole team and see what we're thinking and how we're really gonna go about this. And we gotta see what's up. I'm not saying I'm with it, but we gotta talk about it. Me and Uncle Kev have a conversation.
His stance changed since the
No,
start
me and
of the
Uncle
show,
Kev
right?
me and Uncle Kev have a conversation though. Me and him have that kind of relationship. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Y'all got beef. Everyone got beef now. DC, I'm breaking. We breaking.
But see, you said at the beginning of the show, "Oh man, I'm not seeing that movie once it hit theaters. I'm not seeing it."
Hey, don't try to come back to me. I already don't plan the.
But
I'm
I'm
playing
just
the
saying,
season.
you want to talk to me about switching up? Well, you literally just
I didn't switch up.
I switched up between what? When did we do that Black Adam trailer reaction? What, 3 months ago? Versus switching up now.
No, Uncle Kev
in a
have to
matter
show
of
me
2 hours.
No, Uncle Kev have to show me the script. He had to tell me a lot of things. I have to really believe that this is not just to make the public happy with tokenization. I have to really believe what he's going with as far as I would have to see everything and really believe
I
it.
literally told you at the beginning. I said, "Bro, what if X-Men is fired? The reviews say it's the
I'm
best
not saying
X-Men movie ever."
I ain't enough for me. I gotta see the script and see. Hey,
If
what
it's
we
the
doing.
best movie, then it has a good script.
Bro, why you worry about Black Adam? Go worry about y'all people.
Man, get the fuck
Go worry
out of
about
here,
The Rock
bro.
and what he wants to
You
do. Go worry
tripping.
about the Rock movie, not the Black Adam movie. The Rock movie.
I'm just here watching Obi-Wan again. So.
Shout out to Kenneth, bro. I knew you go. Hey, how about there you go, brother? I'm right there with you.
I'm
Gotta
just
check your ass.
I'm rewatching Obi-Wan, so I'm just having a good
you
time
need
right now.
get you off the. Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
you go sit outside right quick. Watch that. You a bad boy. Go
Hey,
watch
hey,
outside watching that Obi Wan.
Maybe it's good we swapping you.
Yeah,
out
we need to
every
get you
now
up out of
and
here.
Hello there.
We can all agree to get your ass. Go
Enough
ahead.
of my Obi-Wan slander. So that's gonna wrap it up, folks.
Hello there.
Do not forget, if I must, I'll do what I must. It's the right
I
line.
know that Roxy. You always. I know he. Hey, kids. I can imagine he probably when the rocks go all up. He does the Roxy like. like
My jaw did drop.
Yeah, I know.
Do not forget, folks, once we reach 100 subscribers, we'll do a jersey giveaway. Any sport, any team, we'll ship it out. So let's get those subscriptions up. And
I get a chance to speak. I wasn't here last week. R.I.P. Bill Russell, legend. Love you. Glad the NBA retired number 6.
yep.
Boston win the chip this year for you. Can't wait to see what the jersey
Nope.
look like for you. Is
Pel-
Zion gonna be in shape? Now, back to what I was saying. Shout out to Bill Russell. Rest in peace, brother.
That's fair.
Did a lot for the league. Did a lot for civil rights and everything else. Love you. Rest in peace.
It's a good way to end it. So until then, folks, do not forget, comment, subscribe, and share. And the same thing with Dre and Jay and anything Sourkidsproductions puts out. It's all quality content. And on Dre and Jay, there's a lot more intense words and
for sure.
and
Yeah, for sure.
arguing.
Whoever hits the
Hey,
first
I
one,
keep I keep them in control around here.
There are some trigger words around here, such as T'Challa. That's one.
Or Obi-Wan.
All right, close us out. Hurry up and close us out before this mess starts ranting again. Close us out. Get us up out of here.
So until then, folks, we're signing off. See you guys next week with who knows who's gonna be here next week. I don't know.
Will we be here?
I'm
next
just
week?
kidding. I know. Yes, you both will be here next week.
Okay. Well, I guess you'll find out who the special guest is.
Yes. So until then, this is Final Drive signing off. See you guys next week.
Deuces.